that was filed today. I think maybe it was this one. Nope, that's the transcript. Okay. So let me just go to the ex parte one. All right, so this is where we're going to start. So today, today or yesterday, John filed paperwork. As you guys know, Bree up and moved locations. She was staying at an Airbnb. She up and moved locations. I do want to make this very, very clear. Thank you. Guys, I'm not going to be reading comments and DMs and messages and all that stuff. I'm going to go in the order of as everything was. At the end, when I'm done reading it, please let me know. It'll take me 10 hours to get through everything if I do that, okay? But let me know. I want to make this extremely clear. Nobody but Bree or Santos leaked anything about where she was. I'm not saying she did it intentionally and said this is my address, but when you go to an Airbnb and they know people know where your area is, etc., people can do research or whatever. That had nothing to do with John. That had nothing to do, that had nothing to do with Mama 2K, and it sure shit didn't have anything to do with me. So please don't listen to the yahoos that are trying to say that we're the ones that leaked it, which is why she had to run to somewhere else. That's bullshit. First of all, John would never leak an address of where his son is at. Why would he do that and put his child in, potentially in danger? It had nothing to do with any of us. It has to do, as always, with Bree and Santos not being aware of their surroundings and just filming everything. So I just want to make that very clear because that's a huge narrative that's going around. Anyone that has, any sense about them knows that that's not true. But I did want to make sure that I made that clear. He would absolutely never do that. Brandy, Principal, and Black Widow, if you guys want to come up, then you guys can while I read through this first one, and then we'll switch over. Then we'll go into the transcript if you're ready. Oh, also, Sammy, are you in? What is that? Elizabeth, thank you. That's so beautiful. Thank you, love. Hi, Tanya. Sammy, are you? Thank you, Lisa. Another, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much. People forget, TikTok, people have found missing. Literally, Melissa, where they find missing people? They solve cases before cases, before the police do. It's crazy. So to try to pinpoint it on individuals, it's crazy work to me. Hi, T. Hello, Black Widow. How are you, love?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yeah, you guys, once I get started, I haven't started yet. Thank you so much, Chels. Once I get started, I'm not going to backtrack. I will post this on my YT later today. My YT is the same as my TikTok. And I will do a rundown summary after this on here. Okay, well, while we wait for... Oh, wait, did Sammy respond? Sammy, are you in here? Because I wanted to see if you wanted to come up and read too. Oh, that's right, Brandy can't. But principals go. Oh, there's Sammy. Sammy, did you want to come up? Sammy, baby, did you want to come up and read too or no? If you do, just request. Okay, yay. Yeah, just request and you can come up here. Okay, so I'm going to start with, what is this? Declaration regarding notice and service of request for temporary emergency ex parte orders. Okay, so Taylor, as a reminder, Taylor is John's attorney. Lindsay is Bree's attorney. When we all get into boxes, we'll name everybody so you guys know who is who. Okay, notice, do not use this for, oh, we don't care about all that. So it says, I am the attorney for the petitioner. Petitioner is John. I did give notice that there was an emergency court hearing that papers will be submitted to the court on the request for temporary emergency ex parte orders. On the date below, October 21st at 8:30 a.m. in room 2C. Address of court is same as above. Number 3, notice. I gave notice as described in item 1 through 5 to the respondent's attorney. So Bree knew because John's attorney gave this information to Bree's attorney. So Bree's attorney would have let Bree know. So she can't say, oh, I didn't know, I was whatever. Number 2, I gave notice on October 20th at 9:52 a.m. by electronic means, if permitted. Specify electronic service address below, and it gives her email address, which I won't say on here. I gave notice by 10 a.m. The court date before the emergency hearing. Number 4, I notified the person in 3A1. Oh, let me let her up. Principal. I notified the person in 3A1 that the following temporary emergency orders are being requested. And then it says to specify true and correct copies of the emails exchanged with respondents' counsel on 10/21/25 are attached hereto as Exhibit 1. Number 5, the person in 3A1 responded as follows. True and correct copies of the email exchange respondent counsel and respondent's counsel's office between 10:15 and 10:21 attached as Exhibits 1 and 2. And then number 6 says, I do believe that the person in 3A1 will oppose the request for temporary emergency orders. And there's nothing coming all the way down here. To number 4, service of document. The following documents were served on, and then it says to respondent's attorney. Number 1, a copy of request for order for temporary emergency orders and temporary emergency ex parte orders. Letter D, documents were served on October 21st at 8:50 a.m. by electronic means, again to the attorney. I declare under penalty and perjury of the state of California that this is true and correct, and that is from John's attorney. Yeah, let's not spam in the chat. Keep it cute because we don't want to mute anybody. We don't want to block anybody. We don't want to have to do any of that. We're just going to read through the documents and then we'll answer questions at the end if there is any. Okay, so I'm going to read through these emails first. Okay, so this is from John's attorney. This was on October 20th. Counsel, this potential ex parte RFO is completely baseless for the reasons outlined below. Please withdraw ex parte notice by 12 p.m. today by responding to this email. Oh, wait, I gotta turn it this way. Hold on. Sorry, I forget I could turn it this way, make it big. By responding to this email that has been done or will be seeking $10,000 in FC 271 sanctions for having to respond to this ridiculous motion. Oh no, this is from Lindsay. I apologize. This is from Bree's attorney. I was like, wait a minute. I apologize. This is Bree's attorney writing this to John's attorney. There is no emergency here. Your allegations are based on conjuncture and not John's personal knowledge. And you're again asking for orders the judge has previously denied multiple times, including at the time of trial. Most foul of all, John is doing this in the middle of Brianna's visit with W to dispute her time. With all of this considered, it's extremely hard not to think John's motivation behind this ex parte RFO is to get back under the spotlight again, as he hasn't gotten near the attention online as he once was getting since the DVRO trial ended. As I stated in my emails last week, just because Santos and Bree are in Texas at the same time doesn't mean Santos is present at Brianna's visit with W. It's not in dispute that Santos is from Texas, has family there, and often conducts business there. I don't know what evidence you have that he was present during Brianna's visit with Winter, unless you tell me John has been stalking the Airbnb and saw something, or employed others to do the same on his behalf and they saw something. If it's the latter, that's inadmissible hearsay, especially on an ex parte basis. Considering you shared nothing in this email as to where this allegation is coming from, I'm going to assume it's based on complete conjecture and random strangers are saying online. Please review CRC Rule 5.151 D2. This filing must be based on John's personal knowledge on which he can make an affirmative factual showing of irreparable harm or immediate danger to W. Conjecture isn't personal knowledge. I do know that John seems to have leaked Brianna's Airbnb address to people because everyone on TikTok seems to know exactly where Brianna is staying with W. And John is the only person she gave that address to. She hasn't posted her location at all. If John is so worried about W's safety, I don't know why he'd unleashed the wrath of the internet trolls on his child and Brianna by letting a single soul know where they were staying. He must have enough common sense about his fans by now to understand that they will stop at nothing to tear Brianna down, including stalking the residence where she's staying with W to gather evidence on her for John. Therefore, by secretly giving out Brianna's address to even one person online, he's putting his child and Brianna in harm's way. The court can't make any orders as to third parties and their social media accounts. I know you understand the jurisdiction limits the court has and that the court has no power to make orders as to Santos. If you want the court to make orders as to Santos, he'd have to be joined as a party of the case. More importantly, I just looked at Santos' TikTok and I don't see a single post about W. So I don't know what you're talking about, Ari, when W being posted on Santos' social media accounts. As I said in my emails last week, you know the court denied John's request to prohibit Brianna from posting W on social media at the time of the trial. This was one of multiple denials John has received on this request over time in this case. Each time he requested this, he had temp sole legal custody. So while I appreciate the creativity of the latest angle/argument you have behind this request, it's going to flop on its face. That didn't age well. Focus. The judge even gave this part of the order at the DVRO trial special attention, given a lengthy explanation as to why she won't and can't prohibit either party from posting W on their social medias. It hasn't even been 2 months since we finished trial, and I know you ordered the same transcripts we did. So it's impossible to believe you and your client conveniently forgot this part of the trial. Nevertheless, you've noticed an ex parte motion with the same request at the forefront. Your client can't keep filing emergency requests on this same topic that have continuously been denied. This is sanctionable, and it is complete waste of everybody's time and money. Hold on, let me make sure I want to. Oh, you know, I did. I started at the top. I was supposed to start at the bottom. So I'll start at the bottom and then work my way up. But that was the last response from her. First of all, she is so out of, thank you, love. She is so out of the loop and out of realm of possibility to think that because Bree is required to give John the address of where they're staying, that's the only person that could have put the address out. Clearly, Santos knows where they're staying. And Bree knows where they're staying, obviously, because Bree's there. And when you walk around and you're showing every part of the Airbnb, it takes somebody 2.2 seconds to find where that Airbnb is. Okay, so I apologize that I read that first. Let me go back up. Okay, so we're going back to October 15th. This is from Taylor, which is John's attorney, to Lindsay. This is on October 15th. Hi, Lindsay. I just wanted to reach out to meet and confer about two issues. First, Brianna had mentioned Santos coming with her to Dallas and FaceTiming Santos during her visits with W. Santos is not allowed to be present during the visits, and this includes virtually. You guys, a lot of us had asked that question, right? We know he can't be there, but what about FaceTiming? Does FaceTiming count in there? So now we know that includes virtually, so she cannot FaceTime as well. Please make sure she does not violate the order by allowing him to FaceTime W. We are aware of a potentially physical altercation that occurred between Brianna and Santos recently when they both appeared intoxicated, referring to John, what's his name? Doherty. Jack's party. This was shared publicly across social media and raised significant concerns, particularly if Santos is traveling to Dallas with Bree, and as indicated on social media. During the September visit, Brianna regularly monetized off W by posting him on her and Santos's joint social media accounts. She also FaceTimed Santos with W during the visit. Santos should not be involved in her visits in any capacity. Please ensure Brianna does not allow Santos to post W on his accounts and or that she does not post W on her joint account with Santos. John has legal custody and an obligation to protect W's privacy. He is concerned by the level of exposure Brianna is continuing to subject W to. I try really hard not to say his name, but when I'm reading, I'm just in the flow, it kind of comes out, so I apologize. If we cannot reach an agreement on the aforementioned request, please be advised that I am going to be filing an ex parte RFO on Friday, October 17th in Department 2C, seeking orders that the court prohibit Brianna from FaceTiming Santos with W and that she be prohibited from posting W on her and Santos's joint social media accounts. To be clear, John has no issue with Brianna taking photos or videos for her personal memories. However, W is not a tool for Brianna and her boyfriend to use to generate income. Further, as the legal custodian, whether or not to expose W publicly on social media falls within John's decision-making authority. Exactly. Okay, so then, well, this is a weird. there's a quick little clip here from Bree's attorney that says, I can't read this email in substance as I have been in dealing with a family emergency since Sunday. You were served with my notice of unavailability last week for this entire week, so it's improper and sanctionable to notice an ex parte RFO during my out of office period, especially when no real emergency is present here. Please withdraw your ex parte notice for Friday immediately and confirm the same in writing by responding to this email. Now, this is from Taylor, John's attorney, responding to Bree's attorney. Hi, Lindsay. I'm sorry to hear that, and I will keep your family in my thoughts. I wish this could wait until October 20th, but your client's visit starts on Friday. I do not appreciate the threat for sanctions. You are clearly reviewing and responding to emails, and as you know, sanctions are only warranted if we proceed without good cause. Most importantly, as mentioned in my email, we are only planning to proceed ex parte if your client insists on FaceTiming Santos or posting W on her joint account with Santos. I agree, an emergency motion is not necessary. I assume she will agree to this without issue. Hopefully someone from your office can get in touch with Brianna and send a confirming email that Santos will not FaceTime W during the visits and W not be posted on the Snapchat. I will agree to trial by notice on Monday 10/20 and good faith that Brianna will comply with these requests and there won't be an issue. Do you see how easy that is, you guys? That simple. All Bree had to do is say, I will not FaceTime with him, with Santos, and I will not post W on our couple social media. That's it. And she could have continued to have week-long unsupervised visits. But Bree doesn't like things to not go her way. So this is Bree's attorney's response to this. Counsel, please review the case law as to sanctions for noticing an ex parte RFO during an attorney's notice, out of office, period. Doing this is also unprofessional, especially when there's no emergency. I'm not reviewing and responding to emails regularly while I'm at my parents' place dealing with an emergency involving manual labor for 12 hours a day. I don't know what that means. However, my staff is always watching my emails, and if an opposing party/attorney is attempting to notice an ex parte RFO via email during a notice OOO period, of course, they're going to call my cell right away and alert me. It's extremely disappointing to see the level at which John seems to believe he can control and micromanage Brianna's life. I'm sure you advised him that he has no legal right, just as in the case of my client, or for my client, to try and control every aspect of Brianna's life when it comes to W. This is inappropriate behavior and isn't aiding in creating a healthy co-parent relationship between the parties. You are correct. Santos isn't allowed to be at Brianna's visits with W, and she has been following that order. Santos flying to Texas with Brianna isn't against the order. A flight to visitation isn't visitation. Santos is from Texas and has family and business there. Just because he goes to Texas with Brianna doesn't mean he's at her visits with W. Brianna is allowed to speak to whoever she wants to by phone or FaceTime while she is with W. Just because she's on the phone or FaceTime with someone doesn't mean that person is FaceTiming W. W is 18 months old. He's not taking calls or FaceTimes. Bullshit. We just concluded a multi-day trial not even 2 months ago, during which the judge went very in-depth as to why she can't put restrictions on the parties posting about W during the due to the First Amendment. The court I lost my spot. Okay. The court opinion that both parties do social media for a living and both make content about W. She said while she may not personally agree with them doing that, she couldn't and wouldn't make an order precluding either of them from posting W on social media. John had temp sole legal custody when you previously requested an order like this, but it was denied. He also had temp sole legal custody at the time of trial when the judge denied your request again. We ordered all the transcripts, as I'm sure you did as well. And you know what I'm saying is in there. You're now trying to notice an ex parte RFO to make the same request that's already been denied numerous times, including following a recent trial. This is unacceptable. Please confirm by responding, etc. I think one thing though that she's missing is during those times he did have temp sole legal custody. He now has full legal sole custody. She has no custody of the child. She only has visitation. This is from October 17th. And again, this is from Priscilla. From Lindsay. Okay, so this must be from someone in Lindsay's firm. Lindsay, again, is Bree's attorney. Says, good morning, counsel. Lindsay has not been readily on her emails regarding the traveling of the ex parte notice. Therefore, I will attempt to respond in substance here, so you may view her response below in parallel with this one. We, meaning the paralegal staff, noticed Miss F, attorney, of your office. Wait, what? Oh, we noted. Wait. Who is this? Priscilla Cameron. Let me see who it came from. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I forgot I had something on the oven. Ah. My bad. Sorry about that. We'll say please. If you Okay, wait. It says, good morning. Lindsay has not been readily on her emails regarding the trailing of the ex parte notice. Therefore, I will attempt to respond in substance here, so you may view her response below in parallel with this one. We, meaning the paralegal staff, notified Miss F, Bree's attorney, of your office trailing the ex parte notice on Monday. We provided that information to her on Wednesday. However, as she mentioned in her emails, she is out of state assisting family with an emergency that has truly pulled her attention away from most, if not all, work-related communications. Prayers to her family. She is attempting to view her emails when she can, but that does not mean she will catch everything. With that said, she did not see my update to her about your about you trailing the ex parte notice to Monday, nor did she view in substance your email regarding same. We cannot attempt to describe the gravity of Miss F's emergency as none of her staff are there. However, from my understanding, this emergency has required an excessive amount of time. Miscommunication during these periods are bound to occur when you are dealing with what she is currently dealing with at this very moment. Regardless of this, she has attempted to respond to your client's inquiries in the email below. What Ms. F did not mention, but was confirmed between the parties on their OFW, which is Our Family Wizard, that's the app that they use to communicate, prior to your emailing, is that your client has already asked Ms. Olsen to not post W on joint social media accounts with Santos. Our client is abiding by those wishes, and to my knowledge, confirmed this in a response to your client on OFW. Further, Ms. F has confirmed that Santos will not be physically present at the visits with W in Texas, per the court's order. As to Bree FaceTiming with Santos during her time in Texas, Ms. F communicated this isn't something your client gets to control. From our understanding, Bree and Santos FaceTime with one another, so he may check in on Ms. Olsen's health and well-being while traveling. Respectfully, your client cannot expect Ms. Olsen to have zero phone contact with Santos during the visit, nor does she think our judicial officer would agree to such an order on an emergency basis. With all of that said, please confirm you and your client will not be moving forward with an ex parte notice. If you are, Ms. F is requesting that the notice be trailed by Tuesday. I am sure you are aware any attorney's first day back after an extended period of time out of office is difficult. However, I'm hopeful the dialogue surrounding this ex parte does not need to continue given the additional information. First, I do want to say prayers to her family and whatever it is she has going on. I do find it odd, though, that if there's something like this going on, that there's nobody not another attorney that falls in behind them, like everything just stops and waits for him. I think or for her, that's weird. But anyways, prayers to her family. I do hope everything is okay. So Taylor, John's attorney, responds back, "Hi Priscilla, thank you for your email. I am sensitive to the fact that Lindsay is focused on her family right now and want to accommodate her to the extent possible." Love this. "At this junction, I will trial the ex parte for Tuesday 10/21. If there are no issues with Santos prior to Tuesday, my intention is to withdraw the ex parte entirely. I will update your office Monday before 10 a.m. as to whether we are withdrawing the ex parte or not." Perfect. All she had to do was not post and not go on, and it would have been withdrawn. Absolutely amazing. So this is Friday the 17th. This is from Priscilla, again, responding, "Dear counsel, that is an unfortunate position for your client to take, given Miss Olsen will already be exercising her visits." Wait, what? What's an unfortunate position for the client? She literally just said, we're going to drop it as long as she doesn't FaceTime him or post. Let me just read. That is an unfortunate position for your client to take, given Miss Olsen will already be exercising her visits and will have confirmed in substance Per your request that Ms. Olson be following court orders during the visits. Respectfully, it does feel like your client is moving goalposts, with first representing that he will withdraw the notice if we confirm the items on this list, and then neglects to do the same after confirmation has been sent. With that said, we inform Ms. Olson of John's position regarding the item. Let me go scroll back up. Okay, so this is from John's attorney in response to that. This was on Monday, right? So she said if everything is fine over the weekend, she's not FaceTiming John, and she's not posting, not that Bree can't post, but cannot post on their joint account, their what they call their family account. If she had not done that, all of this would have went away. Okay? So this says on Monday from at 9:26 a.m. from John's attorney. Hi, counsel. Unfortunately, Bree did not abide by her agreement to not post W on hers and Santos' social media account. Furthermore, we understand Santos has been present throughout the visit in violation of the DVRO, among other issues that will be addressed more thoroughly in our filing. Please be advised that we will be filing an ex parte request for order in the above entitled matter in Department 2C of the Stanley Moss Courthouse tomorrow, October 21st, pursuant to which petitioner is seeking the following ex parte relief. Number 1, in order for respondent's visit with the minor child to be professionally supervised by Keeping the Peace, LLC, with them. And or in the alternative, number 2, an order prohibiting respondent from posting the minor child on her social media platforms. Number 3, an order prohibiting respondent from posting the location, including post depicting the location in the background of her lodging while exercising visits with the minor child. Hello, that goes back to how people are finding it because she's posting it. Number 4, an order that respondents immediately delete all posts depicting the minor child currently on her boyfriend Santos' social media account, as well as any joint accounts she shared with Santos. Number 5, an order granting petitioner the first right of refusal should respondent not be available to care for the minor child at any point during the visits. And number 6, an order issuing sanctions against respondent for violating the permanent DVRO, which precludes Santos from being present during the visits. I do want to explain number 5 because I did get a lot of requests on this. The the first right of refusal, because remember she was talking about how she wanted to go out on a date night, right? And she needed a babysitter. She's like, can I just hire a nanny? And then Ruby said that she was going to fly, and people asking about that. First right of refusal is when one parent has the child and for whatever reason they need a babysitter or whatever. First right of refusal is they first have to ask the other parent. So she would first have to ask John, say, listen, I have to go do this, or I'm going out on a date. Do you want to keep W during said time? If he says no, then she can have somebody else babysit. So that's what first right of refusal is. Okay. And then this is Taylor, John's attorney again, says, hi, counsel. In addition to the ex parte relief set forth in my earlier email, petitioner will also be asking the court to issue an amended DV 130 along with all requisite attached custody forms. That includes the court's prior order prohibiting Santos from being present during visits and restricting respondents' visits in Texas to Dallas and the surrounding counties, and any new order the court grants in connection with petition's ex parte request. And then this is the email that I read in the very beginning. I'll just kind of skim over it again. This is Lindsay responding back, basically saying, "This is baseless." She put in caps and in red, "Please withdraw your ex parte notice by 12 p.m. today by responding to this email that has been done, or we will be seeking $10,000 in sanctions against you. This is a ridiculous motion, etc., etc., etc." Okay? So, all of that was done in sanction to go in front of the judge to see if what she's doing is okay. Yeah, that's definitely literally a threat. Does anybody have any questions on that thus far? Thank you guys so much for blocking all that stuff real fast. Yeah, it literally does, Katie. You guys, Bree is gonna tell you guys absolutely anything Bree wants you to hear to make it sound good on her. We are going to go over all of the court docs. We're gonna go over the transcript, everything, and tell you guys exactly what happened. Thank you, love. I don't know. Okay. If there's no questions on what I just read, we're gonna move forward. Okay. Yes.
I will suggest this, and I know this is something we never, ever, ever do, but with as many people that are in here, I think while we're reading this, it might be best to turn the comments off.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine
And
with
then have
turning
a
them.
discussion after.
Yeah, I'm fine with you. I've seen that a lot for people to ask to do it. I just don't know
they're
how
all
to do
in
it.
here and they're arguing and back and forth instead of just listening. Like if you would sit here and listen, all's we're doing, we're not sitting here. We all have our opinion on who we like best, but we're not taking any sides. We are reading it as it is written in a court order.
Right.
So
all I'm doing is reading the paperwork, guys. I'm not saying any whatever happened. I don't know. Right? I haven't even looked at this. I'm reading this first time with y'all.
yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So this is Brianna's response. I feel bad that I brought you guys up so early because this is just reading through. And then we'll get to the transcript. So I'm gonna read through this first.
Don't feel bad. I like hanging out with you.
Okay, good. All right, then let me focus on this. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
definitely don't feel bad, Angie. You're good.
Okay, good. I thought it was going to be quick and all of it was going to be like where we'd have parts to make it easy, but anyways, in the meantime, while I'm doing that, again, you guys never have to give me. We always appreciate gifts, but it's not needed. Just keep tapping the screen, sending daily heart me's, especially now that you guys can't comment. Just keep doing that so nothing weird happens. All right. So respondents, let me take a drink.
Too much came in all at once tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot. I was trying to, anyways, it's a lot. Okay, respondent's responsive declaration opposing petitioner's ex parte RFO, child custody and visitation. So this is her response to what we just read. Number 1, I, Brianna Olson, hereby declare as follows. I am the respondent in the above titled action. I offer my declaration in lieu of personal testimony pursuant to blah, 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 blah. I offer this declaration in lieu of my personal testimony and pursuant. I never read all of the statutes. Okay. Number 2, request. I respectfully request the court to deny John's ex parte RFO entirely and not set it for hearing. B, order John to pay $10,000 in FC 271 sanctions for bringing yet another frivolous ex parte RFO. C, order that I am allowed to travel with W to Corpus Christi, Texas to see my family 11/24 through 11/30. D, order that I satisfied the court's 827 order for me to take parenting classes through my completion of the course of the LAC. She hasn't taken the class yet. So she's asking them to just say, okay, you're good, you don't have to take it, even though she's not taking the class. She took a couple-hour class back when she was still in the MILF house with Itai. She's had several since then. Anyways, number 3. No ex parte basis for RFO. On 9/2/25 on Our Family Wizard, OFW, John and I agreed for my October visit with W to be in Texas from 10/17 to 10/23. We also agreed to stick to the pickup time and location we used for the September visit. I sent him the Airbnb address. Oh, wait, what happened? Address. Is this number 2? Sorry, they came in each individual page. Okay. OFW, 2 weeks before my visit on 10/3/25. He read the messages 10 minutes later, but did not respond. I messaged him on 10/17/25 before the pickup time and confirmed I would be at the exchange location at the 10 a.m. time we agreed to, and John's response was, hopefully. There we go. Outside of these pre-visit conversations with John, I have not heard from him at all since I picked W up on 10/17/25, except for a single message on 10/19/25. He requested a picture, and I sent him one a few hours later of W and Chrome, mine and W's dog that I brought with me, watching a Disney movie at the Airbnb. If there was an emergency here warranting this month, why have I only received a single message from my co-parent over the last 3 days that I have had our son, and just to ask for a picture? Number 4, per what my lawyer explained to me, the California rules of court are very clear as to what can warrant an emergency motion being filed on child custody and visitation issues. This is not one of those situations. W is not in danger. John is doing his usual, trying to micromanage and control every aspect of my life involving W, and trying to put public attention on himself again after online interest in this case faded following the conclusion of the DVRO trial. Most foul about all of this is that I still have W with me through 10/23. I am now being forced to spend my visitation time with W on the ex parte RFO. Lady, you have been trying to get a nanny, a babysitter, trying to not have time with him. You're tired, you're exhausted, you just want to sleep, you don't want to have to do anything. But anyways, I'll keep my comments to myself. Number 5, per CRC rule, blah, 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 blah. If John is filing this ex parte RFO to prevent an immediate danger or irreplaceable harm to the child involved in this matter, he is required to provide a declaration containing facts within the personal knowledge of the declarant. That makes an affirmation factual showing of irreparable harm or immediate danger to W. Unless John admits to stalking the Airbnb where I've been staying with W and or planting cameras there without my knowledge or consent, or has zero personal knowledge of what I have been doing during my visit times with W. He has not called, FaceTimed, text, or messaged me on OFW about W the last 3 days. I have had our son except for that single message on 10/19 asking for a picture of W, which I promptly sent. My 2 cents on that. The problem is she posts everything because she's online all of the time. She's on live. So she posts absolutely everything that's going on. That's how all of these snippets are going around of Santos's voice being in the background, or Santos, and she was like, oh my God, Chrome is driving me crazy. And he's like, you want me to come pick him up? She's like, you can't. He's like, I have just come pick him up real fast. And I'm like, you can't, trying to give hints. So that's where he's getting information. He's not planting cameras or people to find out what's happening. Anyways, number 6. Census RFO is seeking to modify child custody and visitation. The CRC also requires John to make a showing that there will be immediate harm to W pursuant to blah, 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 or immediate risk that W will be removed from California. W is in Texas with me per court. Number 3, yep. Per court orders. So the latter situation does not apply. FC blah, blah, blah requires John to show I have either committed a new act of DV or an act of sexual abuse against W. At the conclusion of our DVRO trial less than 2 months ago, the court already made a finding that I had not committed any acts of DV towards W, and John has never made any allegations of any sexual abuse against me. As the court can see, in John's lawyer's ex parte notice email we received this morning, the full thread between counsel is attached in Exhibit A. The notice provided does not accuse me of A being W in any way, which means John cannot meet the minimum threshold for bringing this RFO on an emergency basis. Therefore, the court must deny John's RFO and not set it for hearing. I am seeking FC 271 sanctions in the amount of $10,000 for having to defend myself against yet another frivolous ex parte motion. This is the ex parte RFO is the 6th ex parte request John has filed in this case in just 16 months. And all of these have not gone John's way on an ex parte basis except for one, 5324 DVR01. Number 1, denied, 53124, denied and not set for hearing, 11525, granted by Judge Nord, ordering all of my visits to be in California. John and Ms. Budnick immediately claimed this order was wrong and began filing more things to fix it. 12125, denied and not set for hearing, 32425, granted as to date, time and location of exchange of W in California. I received supervised visits in Texas on 32725. DVR number 2 was denied again on a temporary basis except for order not to abuse. The orders from these 6 ex parte requests are all attached as Exhibit B. Looking at this data alongside the request John is making in this latest motion, it is hard not to assume he is filing. Sorry, puzzle. Sorry, had to do the puzzle. Okay. Where was I at? Filing another frivolous motion. Here it is. Okay, it is hard not to assume he is filing another frivolous motion just to harass me, increase my legal fees, and get the spotlight back on him since the focus on our case has greatly diminished on social media after the DVRO trial finished. Per John's own testimony at that trial, and as the court confirmed in the trial's orders, it is no secret that John makes a lot of money online talking about this case and W. So do you. Anyways, number 8. Santos is not at my visit. Ms. Budnick's email today stated she and John understood Santos has been present throughout the visit in violation of the DVRO, among other issues that we'll be addressing more thoroughly in our filings. What those other issues are, we don't know, as Ms. Budnick again violated the CRC by not noticing us on those allegations. That was number 3. No, number 3. Hold on. No. What's this one? Sorry, technical difficulties. I didn't get page number 4 on this one. At least not in order. Hold on. Let me see. That was 3 that I just read. This is 3. And then it goes to 5. Okay, well, we'll miss 3, but that's okay. So we'll go to 5. As my attorney told Ms. Budnick this morning via email, we feel that John gave out my Airbnb address because I have noticed multiple strangers loitering around the property since I checked in. John is the only person I gave that address to. I did not post or discuss any of my flight information online. Yes, you did. Just that I would be in Texas soon for my visit with baby W. And I took a ride share to the rental from the airport. Thus, the only way random stranger would know where I am staying with W would be through John. John clearly knows by know his fans are unruly, doxing me at Walmart in Texas when I was shopping for W's birthday there, emailing and calling my attorney about this case repetitively, emailing the professional monitoring company we were using about this case. The list goes on and on. John's fans are clearly unhinged. So if he really cared to protect the safety of our son, he would have more common sense than to give out my Airbnb address to send people to spy on me, but it appears that is exactly what he did, which is disturbing. Let me just chime in a bit here. First of all, Brie, you did say when you were going, the only reason why I know that is because I got sent the clip. You were leaving Miami and you said, oh my God, I have to leave early because I got the dates wrong. So I'm actually I'm going home, packing really quick, and then I'm picking up Chrome, and then I'm leaving for Texas. So I'm going to be there early. I even got my Airbnb dates wrong. So we'll have to leave there 2 days early. So I'm going to spend the first. You spilled it all out. You did that on your videos. And again, when you got there, again, you showed the entire thing. It is not difficult for people to go in and look at Airbnbs in that area and match it up. I wouldn't know how to do it. It's not worth my time to do it, even though I'm being accused of doing it. I would have no desire to do it. And again, I would never do anything to put W in harm's way. And if I wouldn't do that, John sure shit wouldn't do it. The last thing he's going to do is put his son in harm's way. But you and Santos seem to continue to do the same thing. So you had, just like he has no proof you didn't do it, he has no proof. And this whole thing of fans being unruly and people telling them to do stuff, we can't tell people what to do, just like she can't tell her fans or supporters or whatever what to do. And Lord knows they're doing some crazy things too and making some really crazy allegations about people. We can't control what other people do on our behalf. You're welcome. So I think that's absolutely crazy. So I just had to put that in there. Okay. Number 11. John is asking for an order that I not post the location of my visits with W, yet I have never once done this online. She does. I have not posted about the location, nor shown the outside of the rentals. Yes, she does. She showed the whole pool, the other little extra. She did all that. When she had him last time, she took him to the fair. She talked about going to the fair. She talked about going to the public. She talks about everything she's going to do. Focus, Angie. Read. I only ever say I'm going to Texas to see W. At my Airbnbs for September and the current visit, I have not posted about location, nor shown the outside of the rentals, the street they sit on, etc., to ensure no one online can find us by using those context clues. While I had supervised visits, I never posted about a public place I took W to. For example, several months ago, I talked about maybe wanting to take W to an aquarium, but we never actually went there. I would never notify the public in advance as to W and I's location. Didn't she, though, with the fair? I swear she did with the fair and then streamed the whole thing. People were coming up to her at the fair the whole time. I digress. I was worried about our safety when a random stranger took pictures of us and the monitor at the indoor playground during a supervised visit a few months ago and posted them on TikTok. This is why this was the main issue. We asked Miss Budnick if John would consider trying a non-professional monitor so I could move from place to place when something like that happened, which was allowed by the monitoring company we were using. John refused. Again, that happened, whatever. But now you don't have a monitor and you're still going out to places without security, or I guess when you were with Ruby, you had security and you went to the fair. You reported you were going to the fair. You filmed the whole time you were at the fair. People were coming up to you constantly and taking pictures. So I don't know what the difference is. Number 12, when my attorney explained to Miss Budnick on 10/15/25 that Santos traveling with me and or being in Texas at the same time I am, mentioning he has family and business there, is not a violation of any order. Miss Budnick would not respond further to this meet and confer. Okay. Meet and confer. In fact, when Miss F tried to follow up on 10/17/25 for a response, she said, I have no intention of responding I have no intention of responding substantively to your accusations and legal arguments, if that's what you mean by a response. On 10/15 to 10/17, email thread between counsel is attached as Exhibit D. John's requests are all about control and micromanaging my life, not anything to do with real concerns he has over my time with our child. John will continue to bury me in litigation like this until he is sanctioned. Number 13. Court denied John's request to not post W online already. He's not asking for her not to post W online. He's not asking that at all. He's asking him or her not to post W on their joint account. She can post him on hers all she wants to. It is shocking to see John making yet another request to prohibit me from posting W online when the court has already denied this request countless times, including at the DVRO trial less than 2 months ago. The court took great care on 8/27/25 when giving this part of the orders, covering in grave detail why the court cannot and will not make this type of order as to either party. the judge she could not make this type of order under the First Amendment, and that it was clear that both parties make money online by talking about and posting about W. Number 14. This morning, we contacted the court reporter from the afternoon session of that day in court, Miss Ana, I don't know her last name, Montesinos, I'm assuming, for an update on the transcript that we paid for back on 9/2/25. She said in her email attached as Exhibit E that the transcript should be completed by today, assuming we have received it before tomorrow's deadline to file this pleadings package. We will lodge a copy with the court, highlighted as to the part of the trial orders where court denied the same request John is making again now, that I now be allowed to post W online. Trial was less than 2 months ago. It is impossible to believe that John and his attorney forgot the court. They didn't. Again, I think they're so stuck on trying to find a way that he's wrong or what it is he's doing. He's not asking them not to post Baby W. She can post him all she wants. He's literally asking it not to be on Santos's page. Oh no, where's my lip gloss? Okay, number 15, lack of jurisdiction, Ari Santos. Ms. Budnick's ex parte notice email this morning contained numerous requests as to... What the hell? Oh my God, what just happened? Oh no, oh no, oh no. How do I get that off? Oh God. Sorry, something opened. Okay, let me try that again. Ms. Budnick's ex parte notice email this morning contained numerous requests as to Santos that she knows this court cannot entertain. The concept of jurisdiction is a novice one. This court has no jurisdiction over Santos. True. As he is not a party to this case, so the court cannot make orders as to him. Nevertheless, John is requesting the court make orders as to Santos' social media pages. Most importantly, W is not on Santos's solo account, just on my account and my family account with Santos. That's what he's saying. Not to have the baby on the family account. That's not a family account. They're not a family. Why would she post him on the family account? And the only jurisdiction that the court, blah, 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 spit it out, has over him is that they said he is not allowed to be around Baby W. So them posting W on their family account then allots him the videos, the pictures, etc. that Santos would then have. Anyways, in fact, when Miss F, Bree's attorney, tried to follow up on 10/17 for a response, she said, I have no intentions of responding substantially to your accusations and legal arguments, if that's what you mean by a response. 10:15 through 10:17 email thread between counsel is attached in Exhibit D. John requests all about control and micromanaging my life, not anything to do with real concerns he has over my time with our child. John will continue to bury me in litigation until this is sanctioned. Right. Oh, it's missing page 7. Okay. Well, we're missing page 7, so we're going to go to page 8. Some of these are just missing a page. It's okay. Address where Winter can be reached through the visit. Okay. I assume she isn't planning to spend 24 hours per day every day at an Airbnb. If she hasn't finalized day-to-day details, she can just let John know the address where W will be each day as she makes activity plans. Because remember, if she leaves the Airbnb and she takes him somewhere, she has to inform John as to where they're going to be. Even though we're in the midst of a convo, that's what they mean by that. But she hasn't left. Miss F replied that John does not get to micromanage my visits like this, and reminded counsel W is not a protected party on the DVRO, and there is no supervised visitation orders in place. Therefore, I am not required to report my travel information to John, nor an itinerary as to where I will be with W and when. Hopefully we'll see that in the transcript, because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that, but it's been a while. And when further, W is 17 months old and does not have a cell phone. There are no orders for calls when W and John already knows there is an OFW for non-emergency contacts with me, or texting or calling for a true 911. If this ex parte RFO cites the item number 6 of the DV 145, conform DVRO is attached to this pleading behind FL 320. As support for John's controlling request, as my attorney told counsel in her 917 email, that clause clearly says before traveling with the children, and I was not traveling anywhere with W during my last visit. Ms. Budnick deflected by not responding to this point at all, and instead said the DV 130 includes kidnapping prevention orders on the last page. Brianna needs to provide the address and contact phone number for where the minor child can be located during her visits, as well as a round-trip flight information. I remember seeing that. My attorney replied, "What are you talking about? The last page of DV 130? ? I'm looking at page 10 of 10 of that form, and there are no orders about kidnapping, nor orders for Brianna to provide contact information for a 17-month-old. W's location and her round-trip flight information." Again, I think what you're referring to is number 6 of the DV 145, which pertains to traveling with W, which Brianna is allowed to do per the orders within Texas. However, Brianna isn't traveling with W anywhere on this trip. She's staying at an Airbnb she gave John the address to. Ms. Budnick also sent a separate email on 9/17/25 saying, "Before you accuse John of being difficult, this is coming from me. I am personally concerned about your client's ability to follow orders and am asking for the appropriate assurance that I have a professional obligation to my client. I do not want to be responsible if something happens to W during your client's week because I failed to ask the necessary information." Okay, that's number 8. Wait. 9. This is a lot. There's not too much more of this, and then we're going to be able to go into the transcripts and figure out all what happened, okay? Alerted us to a deeper issue between counsel and her client beyond a lack of client control and possibly into the realm of John threatening his own attorney if she does not do X for him. Wait, what? This is number 9, page 9, right? Yeah. Thank you, love. As Miss F responded that day to counsel, if Miss Budnick is being asked by John to create orders that do not exist and try to enforce them so she can avoid responsibility and blame from her client, then there clearly seems to be an attorney-client relationship issue that needs to be addressed. That's a stretch. That's not what she was saying at all. It is not appropriate for Miss Budnick to attempt to create orders via email that do not exist. Per usual, Miss Budnick refused to meet and confer further and threatened litigation instead. Attached Exhibit G. Number 18. In clear retaliation, less than an hour after the email conversation ended, Miss Budnick's office served RPDs and the family law firm ROGS service email and demands attached as Exhibit H. The court will see that the RPDs are very intrusive, seeking the same personal information counsel and John had demanded this morning, but dating back to 4/26/24, such as my travel documents, flights, lodging, activities, who has been or who will be at my visits. John already knows it was only my mom and during my May visit that has been there with me because he had to approve it. And documents of my apartment in LA. John is seeking all of this purely out of curiosity and and his deep desire to continue controlling me and following my every move. For someone who took the stand under penalty and perjury at our DVRO trial and claims to be so afraid of me that he manifested physical symptoms from his fear. Wow. It is hard to understand why John is so interested in learning every detail of my personal life. John not getting his way is not a basis on which to serve senseless discovery like this. The conversation with counsel last month, coupled with our receipts of this discovery, is just another illustration from John burying me in litigation because he feels like he can. A lack of client control between John and his attorney, and John trying to micromanage my life and my time with W despite having no legal authority to do so. I think you don't even need a law degree. I think anybody with some common sense, some parenting, maybe not even everyone even has to have some parenting, can see why there is a great concern for what is going on with W. She has no. Let me just finish reading, then I'll go into it because I'll go off on a tangent. Okay, number 19. First right of refusal. I am open to this type of order, but only if it goes both ways. Numerous times, John has left W behind in Texas with his mom to fly to LA to party, release his diss track about me, and or conduct other business. I am here in LA and would have happily watched W while John was here, but was never given the opportunity. That's number 9. 10. Dallas and or gets updates for him. John ignored them. I shared some of these conversations months ago, attached to one of my pleadings. All of these predate the DVRO trial. John read my message, but stopped responding. Miss Budnick also refused to continue the conversation via email. Thus, I am seeking an order on this so W can be with his families for the holiday. 21. Here's the parenting class. In the last 2 to 3 minutes of our final day of the DVRO trial, the court ordered me to take a 12-session parenting class. My attorney explained to the court that I already had done this voluntarily, and that I had filed and served my certification of completion. She explained it was done through a provider on LASCS list of providers, and I met one-on-one with the owner of the facility, Scott Bernella, Miss whatever, on my session. The court explained that a prior class taken voluntarily could satisfy this order. Attached as Exhibit I is my certification of completion and the 7/3/25 declaration. It will be filed, as well as the POS of service that same date. The course I completed through Cornerstone Counseling Center was called Co-Parenting / High Conflict Program. That's not a parenting class, though. That's co-parenting. That's how to deal with the co-parent. Anyways, I met with the owner for the 12 sessions, and he gave me a participation score of excellent. I finished the program 6/20/25. I know the court will look for this order being satisfied before my visits with W and hopefully change from Texas to California at our hearing in January. Thus, to be proactive, we emailed Ms. Budnick 9/2/25 to ensure she and John were not going to argue my completion of this class somehow did not satisfy the court orders. If they do that, they will strategically wait until we are in court in January. I have no time to complete the class to change my visitation orders. Ms. Budnick replied, "I'll look into it, thanks." And we never heard anything further. Emailed thread attached, blah, blah. I am requesting the court make an order now as to my satisfaction of the 8/27 order to take a parenting class based on my completion of the one-on-one 12-session class I took with an approved person. Now that John has opened the door to me making requests on custody and visitation be filed, this RFO, I am making these requests or my visit next month in my parenting class. The court, I declare under penalty and perjury. And that's, whatever, if that works for them, that freaking works for them. That was not a 12-week class, and again, it was high conflict co-parenting. Let me check my email really fast and see if I got anything new in before I move on. Hold on really fast.
Hi everyone. We'll be turning the comments back on in a second when she comes back. Just for a couple minutes before we go into the next thing. I wish I could play elevator music right now. Y'all don't want me to sing though.
I want to hear you sing.
No, you don't. I used to sing until I damaged my vocal cords.
That is my one thing. I want to ask that one time. We'll do that on one time we have a live. Like, what is the one thing, like, if you could choose anything you could do, like, and do really, really, really good, like just a God-given talent, like, what would it be? That would be mine, would be like singing or like arts in some way, like any type of artistic ability. I don't have any of it. Yay, Black Widow is back. Okay, so I got...
Mine would be baking. I had a bakery with my sister. I would bake and she would decorate, and she was phenomenal. Our customers threatened to turn us into like cupcake wars all the time. I'll send you some of the pictures. For my 40th birthday, she did a gizmo cake. She carved it out by hand.
Fun. Okay, are you guys ready to do the
No, I gotta pull it back up.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. 1 second.
Okay, nope, take your time, and then we're going to go into the transcripts.
Okay, I'm going to turn, I told the chat I would turn it back on for just a couple minutes before we go into the next thing.
Yeah. That's perfect. Gives us a few minutes to answer any questions.
Oh my goodness. Let me get them.
There's definitely a lot happening right now.
Is there?
Yeah. Yes. Like all the T pages are backtracking what they said because apparently it was read wrong and everything that John requested was denied. Yeah, lawyer read it. Lawyer just said it was all denied.
Yeah, listen, you guys know I say all the time, whatever lawyer says,
yep,
that's what it is. Let me grab my lip gloss.
Yeah, that's why the comments got turned off in here, guys, because we're just getting this information. And I understand you're giving us information, but when you're in there arguing with each other, we like to keep it respectful in here. And all we do is read it off the document. So we don't want to have arguments with anybody over this. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and there's nothing that we can do about it except for read the documents that you guys want. If you're going to be in here fighting, then we have to turn off the comments.
And you guys, we still don't know. At least I don't. I never ever read these documents before I come on. I come on and I read them with you, and we kind of go through this together. So we're going to go through the transcript, and then we're going to go through the order. Actually, we can do the order first because not everyone may want to hear the transcript from August. Do you want to want me to do the order first?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Oh,
I can do that.
Thank you, WV Mama. I do have a little bit of an update.
Okay, I'll do that. Then I'll read that first. And that's part of the thing too, is like when I'm not no shade, no tea to any other clip pages, T pages, whatever it is. I know whenever stuff like this comes out, people always ask me, are you going to go over it? Because I didn't understand, or that didn't make sense, or they just they're just reading it and misinformation comes out and then it spreads like wildfire. I don't ever listen to anything else. I've been off TikTok all day. I want to come on and I want to read exactly what the court order says, and whatever the court order says is what we're going to go on. And that's what causes so much confusion, is somebody says one thing and then people boom take off with it and it spreads and it's not the right information. So why is lawyer saying it was denied? Well, we're about to find out. Well, probably because it may have been denied. I have not read anything yet, so I don't know.
Okay, guys, I'm going to turn the comments back off. Is there any more questions before they go off and she starts reading this order?
Thank you, guys. I don't know, you guys, if it was denied. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read this order first, and then I'm going to go in and then we're going to read the transcripts. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So let me blow it up. Okay. Temporary emergency ex parte orders, visitation / parenting time. When we go through, we just read, it's marked in boxes. So I'm just reading the boxes so you understand. Oh, this is crossed off. That's weird. Okay. You can see as I'm reading through, you see how it's marked off. So this part, it says visitation, parenting time, the temporary orders for physical custody, care, control of the minor child. In 3 are subject to the other party's parenting time, whatever. Respondent's visit with the minor child shall be supervised by a professional monitoring agent keeping the peace LLC. But it's crossed off. So I'm assuming maybe whoever read it and got it confused, maybe just kept it as that and didn't see that it was crossed off. Very odd way to do things on a court order, if you ask me. But nonetheless, again, the next section also crossed off. Let me see if I can find where there's... Okay, it says here, denied insufficient evidence of immediate or irreparable harm to the minor child, petitioner may file an RFO. Okay, so attachment FL 305, amended order. Restrained party is Bree. It gives all of her information. I do want to share this because, you guys, she does get called out all the time for her birthday. She is 25 years old. Here is her date of birth. I'm only putting this up because she has said it a million times. She is 25. She was born in 2000. Okay? When she moved to California, she was asked by Famous Birthdays. She was 19 at the time. I think she bumped it up 2 years, so she would be 21. You see what I'm saying? But she is 25. Okay, gives all of her information. I'm not going to show you anything else because there's addresses, etc. I will not show that. Expiration date. This order expires 8/27/26 at midnight. Future court hearings. The next court date is January 6th at 8:30. Hearing. These people attended the hearing, or this goes back on the past hearing, which was on 8/27/25. Court decision. Again, this was on 8/27. In making this order, the court has considered whether failure to make any of the orders requested might risk the safety of the person in one or any children listed from the DV 105. If children or spousal support was requested, the court has considered whether the failure to make support orders could risk the safety of the child. Person in two. Hold on, let me go back up and tell you. Oh my gosh. Person in one is John. Person in two is Bree. Just because, let me write that down. One, because that's how they refer to it the whole way through. One is John, two is Bree. Okay. Person in, the fuck was that? Sorry.
My phone went off. I thought I was muted.
I'm sorry. Weird sounds always get me. Okay, so person in two, the court granted a long-term restraining order, C7 through 31. If you do not obey these orders, you can be charged with a crime, go to jail or prison, and or pay a fine. It is a felony to take or hide a child in violation of this order. Number 8, no firearms, pews, firearm parts, ammunition, none of that. She can't have any of that. We kind of went over all of that. None of this pertains. I'm going through like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's nothing. It's all about different types of AB. Number 14, order not to AB. You must not do the following things to person in 1, remember, which is John, or any person listed in 3, which is the child. You must not harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault, sexually or otherwise, hit, follow, stalk, molest, destroy personal property, keep under surveillance, impersonate. Remember we went through that on the whole video where she was mouthing what he was saying. Impersonate on the internet, electronically or otherwise, block movements, annoy by phone or other electronic means, including repeated contact, or disturb the peace. Disturb the peace means to destroy somebody's mental or emotional calm. This can be done directly or indirectly, such as through someone else. This can also be done in any way, such as by phone, over text, or online. Disturbing the peace includes coercive control. Coercive control means a number of acts that unreasonably limit the free will and individual right of any person protected by this restrained order. Examples including isolating them from their friends, relatives, or other support, keeping them from food or basic needs, controlling or keeping track of them, including their movements, contacts, actions, money, or access to services, and making them do something by force, threat, or intimidation, including threats based on actual or suspected immigration status. Coercive control includes reproductive coercion. A lot of this stuff doesn't pertain to them. Okay. Number 15, no contact order. You must not contact John directly or indirectly by any means, including telephone, mail, email, or other electronic means. B, exception, you may have brief and peaceful contact with person 1, John, to only communicate about the child for court-ordered visits. 2, you may have contact with your children during your court-ordered time. Number 16, a stay-away order. You must stay at least 100 yards away from John, his home. Exceptions are for the exchange of the child. 18, other orders. Restricted parties must complete at least a 12-week parenting class. It does say anything already completed may count. Again, she did a high conflict co-parenting class, not a parenting class, so it'll be interesting if they will take that. Child custody and visitation. The judge has granted orders regarding minor child. The orders may include, the orders are included on Form DV-140. There's no animals, no property, health, insurance. Record of communication. The person in 1, John, may record communication made by the person in 2 that violates this order. She can't record him, but he may record her. Property restraint, none. No debts. Pay expenses caused by abuse, child support, spousal support, lawyer's fees, better intervention program, transfer wellness phone. None of that is in part of it. Number 32, services. No other proof of service is needed. The person in 1 and 2 were both there. Proof of service of Form FL300 to modify the orders in DV-130 was presented to court. The people in 1 and 2, so John and Bree, were both there. They understand, they signed and agreed. No fee service. Attached papers. It shows all the different forms attached. Certification of completion. Notice of service. Okay. Duties of the officer serving this order, that we don't have to go through that. Enforcing the restraining order in California. Any law enforcement officer in California who receives, sees, or verifies the order on a paper copy in the California law enforcement, the CLETUS, what we're talking about for, or in NCIS protective form, must enforce the orders. Notice and proof of service, which again they did in there. Arrest required if order is violated. If an officer has probable cause to believe that the restrained person had notice of the order and has disobeyed the order, they can be arrested. All of this, there's nothing new in any of this. We went over all of this. I'm trying to find if there's something new. Custody, visitation, DV-130. Name of protected person is John. Name of restrained person is Bree. Then it says the child. No travel with children without permission. So Bree is not to travel without permission. must have written permission from the other parent or a court order to take child outside of the state of California during court-ordered visitation time in California. And D says other places, Dallas, Texas, and the surrounding counties in Dallas, Texas. Stop access to children's school, that doesn't pertain. Judge decision on request of orders prevent child abduction. Child custody, legal custody. The person that makes decision about the child's health, education, and welfare. John has sole legal custody of the child, letter B. Physical custody, this is the person that the child regularly lives with. John has sole physical custody of the child. Bree has zero custody of baby W at all. She has no physical or legal custody of the child. She only has visitation rights. Supervised, monitored visitation of the child. Professional monitor, this is when keeping the peace was happening. Again, I won't give address or the schedule. Number 13, other orders. Restrained party's boyfriend, or it says friend at the time, Santos, shall not be present during restrained party's visits. Name of protected person, John. Restrained. Oh, this is the order of prevent child abduction against Bree. There is a risk that the person in 2, Bree, might take child without permission because person in 2 has violated or threatened to violate a custody of visitation order, has a history of taking the child without permission. The orders are granted as follows. Do not move without written permission of the other parent, a court order. The person in 2 must not move with the child outside of California, the United States. And then it says other, Dallas, Texas, and the surrounding counties without permission from the other parent. Turn in, and do not apply for passports or other important documents. Person in 2, number 2, that is Bree, must not apply for passports or other documents that can be used for travel, like visas or birth certificates, and must turn in the following documents. Number 6, provide travel plans and documents. Person in 2, again, Bree, must give person in 1, John, the following before traveling with the child. Child's travel schedule, copy of round-trip airfare tickets, addresses and telephone numbers where child can be reached. They just said in the last thing that they didn't have to do any of that. All of this doesn't matter. Enforcing order. The court authorizes any law enforcement officer to enforce this order. In this county, contact child abduction unit. Other counties, contact the district attorney at blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that is that. So I don't know if that was... So this was done today at 10:21 at 4:43. The only thing I guess is they just cross that stuff out, and then there's this one note that just says denied for insufficient evidence of immediate or irreparable harm to the minor child. Petitioner may file an RFO. So there's that. Okay. Let me check one thing really fast. Okay. Yes, that's what I just said. The order was denied. I'm not even sure exactly what the order was. So I don't know if he was requesting if it was just the don't have Santos around and don't no FaceTiming and don't post on their family chat, or if that's the only thing I saw as the order. I didn't see a request for supervised visits. I didn't see for him to be returned. I literally just saw don't post on Santos's page and don't FaceTime. It was in order to return baby W immediately. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, so it doesn't take forever. Let's go through this transcript really fast, because the transcript is long. Hold on. I sent you a pic of an order. You can check it out. Did you send it to me on here, Jenna? Let me look, love.
Sammy Baby said she sent it to you too.
Okay.
If it's easier for you to find, because of a couple people sent it.
Oh, Sammy probably sent it to me via email. Okay, hold on real fast.
Yeah, it's frustrating, guys. But ultimately it's out of our hands. I was scrolling through and saw a lot of people were frustrated by it. But they also have court coming up in January, and if she continues to do things like this and press her luck, hopefully the judge will see that by then. Yeah.
So it's still like that it was
still the
fully
same.
denied, or just that
Fully.
baby W is not going to be removed immediately?
No, it's fully, everything was denied. Everything's as it was this morning when everybody woke up.
Right, so she'll still be able. She still has the child. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing the emails or the mentions from anybody. I think she can just have. She still can't have Santos around. She just can't have I guess she can have FaceTimes with him, and she can post him on their thing. I don't know about the move. Why when she didn't give her location response? I don't know. Sammy, where did you send it, love? Usually you send it to me in email. But I believe the judge advised him to refile, just not as... I think that's what it is too, Ellie. Keeping the peace, contact by 1023. I don't know. There's a lot of... No, she's not on supervised visits. The second part was a proposed order by John, and it was denied. Yeah. I think what we're going to have to do is we'll read through all this stuff today, and then I think tonight I'll go through and really, really, really break it down. And then we'll kind of go back over an answer. Let me see. Let me check my email one more time, just to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, Heather, a lot of people were saying that, love.
Oh, that's right. I have to do it on here. Okay, hold on. I have to...
At the end of the visit, honey. Whatever the date was she was supposed to return him, it's still that same date.
I'm going to go use the restroom while you guys answer questions, and I wait for that email to come through, and then we'll get to reading.
Sounds good.
Yes, Cammy girl. That's, or his lawyer, actually, because this is civil, so typically, if there's any, if she breaks any of the orders, he has to contact his attorney, and the attorney handles it that way. We don't know when she has to return him. I mean, a lot of people that follow her know and keep track of that. That's just not information that I know.
I think it's the 23rd.
That's what Emily just said too. So her flight is tomorrow. I know that they said something about her. She did mess up her schedule. She,
Yeah, like a day early or a day late or something like that.
Yeah. There you go. What the Leon? She's given back early because her flight is tomorrow. Okay. I knew it was something like that. I didn't, but didn't she go to Texas a little bit early as well or something? And then the flights couldn't be switched.
I kind of remember something like that, but I don't know 100%.
That's something we won't know until they go to court in January and they bring it up, and then we'll have to wait for the transcripts, a few months after that. So maybe we can put that in your Easter basket, Emily.
What's that?
The answer to your question.
Okay. Let me see here.
And guys, if you have any other questions or anything, put them in now before the comments go back off.
All right, let me see here. This is... Okay, so this was the request. Attorney for John, I hate how they do this, just mark box with words. Okay. That there was an emergency court hearing that appears to be submitted to the court as requested for temporary emergency ex parte orders on today, 8:30. I think we did read this. I gave notice as described by electronic. Oh yeah, we did read this. Maybe did I just skip over the part where I missed where it was what he was asking? Okay, so let me see. I notified the person in 3A, true and correct copies of the email exchanges with Respondents Counsel on 10/21/25 are attached. True and correct copies are attached. Okay. I just want to see what was requested. Oh my gosh. So annoying. Service of documents, copy of request order. Oh, and then, yeah, this is just the emails. It doesn't say on here, though, exactly what is... I did go over this. It doesn't say what was being requested unless I'm just missing it. So, okay, well. And someone pinned Sammy's comment. Where's I sent you another... Oh, just right now? That was the one I just pulled up. Did you send me another one, Sammy? Wait, Sammy, are you going to come up and read too, or no? You didn't want to? Let me see if I got another one from Sammy. Hold on.
You guys are so good at speaking on live. This is my first time and I feel so awkward.
Oh, you're good. You just talk. It makes it easier when the comments are off, because then you can just kind of like your FaceTime and your friends.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's literally what I feel like. Just talking to my besties. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this is.
Nighttime FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Sammy? Dang.
She did say she wanted to come up.
Oh, she does?
I
okay.
Just tried to invite her up, but I don't have the power to do that.
You don't have the power? Is that B? Wait, what does this mean? I don't want to do any of that. Do you know how to request to come up, Sammy? I hope so. Yes, this will be on YT later. I'll put it up as soon as I am done. There she is.
She
Okay,
said it's
perfect.
the link because it's too large to send the file.
Yeah, here we go. Let me see.
Hey.
Okay, so request for order. Hi, love. Okay, so here it is. It's a request order to change temporary emergency orders, visitation, parenting time, other. See item 7.
I gotta figure out how this works.
Oh, you're
How do I
fine.
mute?
Tap the microphone.
All right, I can mute you. Here you go. Wait. There we go. Got it. Okay. So I'm going to read over this. This is what was requested. I should have probably read this first, but I know it. The respondent, Brianna Olson, and attorney. Got it. A court hearing will be held on 10/21. 3, warning to the person served with the request that order. The court may make the requested orders without you if you don't file. Oh, she doesn't appear. Okay. Here's the request for order. Restraining order, information, petitioner, one or more, I have to say it right. DVRO, protective orders are now in effect. Petitioner, respondent, family, county, state, Los Angeles. Number 2, visitation, parenting time. I request that the court make orders about the following children. I won't release Winter's info, but it's there. The order I request for visitation, parenting time are as follows. See attached 2B request. I hate when they do that. Okay. And then 2D, this is a change from the current order, visitation, parenting time. Visitation, parenting time order filed 8/27/25. Unsupervised visitation, respondent for 1 week each month. And I'm just looking for more boxes. I keep saying go to 2B. Where the fuck is 2B? 2B even says literally go to 2B. Let me see if it's anything down here on the bottom. Number 7, C2B. Number 8, facts to support the order. The orders I request are listed below. The facts that I write in support of the attached to the request cannot be longer than 10 page unless the order attached. Okay, here we go. Attached 2B. Thank you, Jace. In order for respondent's visit with a minor child to be professionally supervised by Keeping the Peace LLC forthwith and in the alternative. Number 2, an order prohibiting respondent from posting the minor child on her public social media platforms. Number 3, an order prohibiting respondent from posting the location, including post depicting the location in the background of her lodging while exercising visits with the minor child. Number 4, an order that respondent immediately delete all posts depicting the minor child currently on her boyfriend Santos's social media accounts, as well as any joint accounts she shares or has shared with Santos. Number 5, an order granting petitioner the right for the right of first refusal should respondent not be available to watch the minor child during visits. Number 6, an order issuing sanctions against respondent for violating the permanent DVRO, which precludes Santos from being present during the visits. And 7, issuance of an amended DV 130 and requisite custody attachments to reflect any orders issued in connection with the instant ex parte request for order. And in the event the request for resumption of supervised visits is denied, reflecting the court's accurate orders issued in August 27-25, which prohibit Santos from being present at respondent's visit and require respondent's visit to be exercised in Dallas and or surrounding counties only. I, John Giese, hereby declare I am the petitioner in the above referred action. I am represented by Taylor Budnick, blah, 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 law firm. The fact stated herein are my personal knowledge, and if called as a witness, I could and I would be competent to testify under oath the facts set forth herein. As to facts herein stated in the information and I believe them to be true. This declaration is in lieu of my personal testimony. Number 2, respondent Brianna Lynn Olson and I are the parents of the child. Number 3, on August 27, 2025, I was granted a permanent DVRO against respondent that is in place for a period of one year. Pursuant thereto, I was awarded sole legal and physical custody of W. Respondent was awarded unsupervised visitation in Dallas County, Texas, or the surrounding counties for 1 week each month. Respondent was prohibited from having her friend Santos present during respondent's visitations with W. Number 4, I do not currently know where W is located. Respondent is currently exercising her October 2025 visit. Prior to the visit, she provided me with the address for the Airbnb she would be staying at with W. After I gave an ex parte notice on 10/21/25 through counsel, she removed W from the Airbnb. She went live from their joint Santos and Bree Snapchat account from a hotel room. I don't even know if she is still in Dallas. W's head is visible in her video. I called respondent on 10/21/25 and messaged her asking her where W was. She has not responded. There is a DVRO in place with child abduction prevention orders. She previously concealed W from me in violation of a court order. I am extremely worried. True and correct screenshots of respondent live video from the hotel and my corresponding calls and messages are attached here to Exhibit L. I am asking for immediate intervention requiring respondent to tell me where W is. She is required under the permanent DVRO, which includes child abduction preventions, to tell me where W is located during her visits. I am also asking for the court to authorize all appropriate law enforcement to intervene to help me locate W and return W to my custody. Background events occurred during September 2025 unsupervised visits. Number 5, respondent exercised her first visitation week under the current orders in Dallas, Texas in September of 2025. She is currently exercising her October 25 visits in Dallas, Texas. Number 6, safety concerns about W's welfare while in respondent's care arose during the September 2025 visit, but I did not address them with the court during September 25 because I was trying to respect respondent's time with W and chose to give her the benefit of the doubt that W was being taken care of. Number 7, for example, during the September 25 visit, respondent frantically contacted me and my mother repeatedly in the middle of the night between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. Stating that there was an emergency and I needed to come get W immediately. Unfortunately, due to the fact that respondent was contacting us in the middle of the night, both my mother and I were asleep and did not receive respondent's messages until the morning. By the time we woke up, respondent claimed the emergency had been resolved, although I have asked repetitively for details directly and through my mother and through counsel. Respondent has refused to provide any details about the emergency on this date. I still have no idea what happened or if Winter was affected. Attached hereto collectively Exhibit A are true and correct copies of respondent calls and texts. Can you imagine the stress and still no clue? And let's just put this out here really fast, since people like to bash 2K for whatever reason. If he was willing to put out the Airbnb address, don't you think this is some shit that would have been put out a long time ago? But this has been kept mum. No one knew anything about any of this happening. But you guys think he's really going to put out a... Come on. Get it together. That's crazy. I would be mad about that. During the September 2025 visit, respondent FaceTimed her boyfriend Santos with W while on a live stream. While Santos was not physically present, he was present via FaceTime and communicating directly with W. Santos shared an image of the call to his Snapchat account, attached B. Number 9. Also, during the September 2025 visit, respondent live streamed from the pool, including to create OF content. That's crazy. While allowing W to run around on the wet floor at night, unsupervised and without floaties. At one point, W is seen in the background of respondent's live stream tripping and falling. Respondent's friend Ruby, rather than respondent, gets up to tend to him. Attached is Exhibit C. In another live stream from September 2025 visit, respondent films W lying in bed repeatedly asking for data. That broke me. Winter looks visibly sad and distressed. Respondent said on live stream that Winter calls everyone dada, and that he was also doing this when she and her friend Ruby went to the fair and brought W with them. Respondent belittled W by saying he doesn't know who I am, when it is clear from the video that W was asking for me and looking for me. It was gut-wrenching to watch this and feel powerless to help my child. I agree 100%. Number 2, respondents October 2025 unsupervised visits, violation of the August 27 orders. Number 11, I was hopeful that respondents' October visits would go better. It is not. 12, at the visitation exchange on October 17th for the start of respondents' October 2025 visit, W whimpered and hid behind my legs because he did not want to go with respondent. He appeared fearful and distressed. Attached here to his Exhibit D are true and correct screenshots. I encouraged W to go with respondent so she could commence her October 25 visits for the week ordered. The October 25 visit is scheduled to take place from the 17th through the 23rd, and the visit is currently ongoing. 13, I am now even more concerned about W's safety because I believe respondent is in violation of the court's August 27, 25 orders by allowing her boyfriend Santos to be present with respondent and W while exercising her week-long October visit. 14, I first became concerned that respondent was planning to allow Santos to be present for the visit after both disclosed on social media that Santos would be traveling to Texas with respondent for her October 2025 visit. Respondent and Santos initially told social media that Santos was traveling to Texas with respondent because he'd be visiting family in San Antonio. Because respondent and Santos are public figures on social media, the general public in Dallas quickly discovered that Santos was not, in fact, in San Antonio. He was getting food at a restaurant in Dallas a few miles down the road from the respondent's Airbnb. Attached herein is Exhibit E. Number 16, in addition to Santos being physically present in the vicinity of respondent's Airbnb, respondent and Santos were live streaming together during respondent's October 2025 visit. Our visitation week, and they discussed leaving W with a nanny or with respondent's friend Ruby so that they could go out on a date night. Number 17, since October 17th, W has also repetitively been posted on the respondent's boyfriend's Santos public social media account. The post depicts when W at the Airbnb respondent is staying at for August 25 visit, attached as F. There are only two ways Santos could have accessed photos of or videos of W inside respondent's home. One, Santos is staying in the Airbnb with respondent and W and taking photos and videos of Winter himself or W himself, or respondent is sending Santos content of W from inside respondent's Airbnb to post for profit. In another live video taken of W during respondent's visit, W is seen in the Airbnb and a male voice can be heard in the background. I recognize the voice of Santos. We all saw that video. I am especially concerned for W's safety given Santos present during respondent's visit, not only because court already prohibited Santos from being present during respondent's visit with W, and respondent appears to be concealing Santos' presence in violation of the court order, but also because respondent and Santos recently got into a series of DV incidents, most recently October 11th. I became aware of the incidents because it was broadcast all over social media. Number 21, on September 9th, 2025, Santos shared live footage on his Snapchat of police officers responding to his and respondent's apartments due to another DV incident. On September 21st, 25, respondent and Santos were in Tijuana, and a live video of Santos with blood seeping from his neck was shared on TikTok following a fight. In a live TikTok from October 4th, 2025, respondent and Santos are depicted in a verbal altercation where a security guard is seen intervening and telling Santos to relax. On October 8th, 2025, an image of respondent's vanity with the glass broken by Santos was posted by one of his friends. On October 11th, 2025, Santos and respondent are depicted in a live social media stream getting into a drunken altercation at their friend's house. Respondent had previously claimed to be pregnant, but she is clearly intoxicated in the video. Santos is heard confirms she is a little drunk. Respondent, meanwhile, is screaming at Santos to get on his knees and cursing at him. Respondent hits and pushes Santos multiple times in a row. On October 12th, Santos discussed the October 11th altercation between him and respondent, stating he was drunk and took her cell phone. I am also aware that Santos was previously arrested for DV against respondent in June 25 in Catalina. Attached hereto collective Exhibit G. Artruan. Blah, 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 blah. 22. The dynamic between respondent and her boyfriend, particularly in the past month and a half, is extremely toxic, and this is evidence across social media via live stream. I do not want W exposed to this individual in any capacity, whether in person during respondent's visits or while respondent's FaceTime with Santos. Section 3, respondent and her boyfriend Santos are exploiting W and violating his privacy for financial gain. Number 23, respondent has brought her friend Ruby, her boyfriend Santos, and her dog, who Winter is afraid of, W's afraid of, which is very true. That child is very afraid of that dog, okay? To the visits rather than use her unsupervised time with W to bond with him. Respondent is on social media live streaming 24/7, and W appears to be afterthought, except to the extent respondent is posting him for views to generate income. Our son is not a pawn. He has a right to safety and privacy and peace. So far during the October 17th through the 23rd visit, Respondent and Santos have gone live on social media repetitively. At best, the live streams are rage bait, so that Respondent and Santos can get basically to generate more income. This does not make the content any less concerning. For example, in various live streams between October 17th and 20th, Santos has referred to himself as W's stepdaddy. Stated, "I'm not trying to be a stepdad to W. I am a stepdad." In another video, Santos refers to Winter as Spidey Winter and himself as Spidey Santos. That's concerning. Santos wears a Spider-Man costume while doing you-know-what content with Respondent. That's what makes it even more concerning, is the fact that that's a character he uses doing that type of activity. Now he's... Come on. This is a disgusting connection for Santos to make towards my child. Agreed. Number 25. In another live video, Santos makes a comment that he bets John has never slept with W in the same bed. The tone suggests that Santos has slept with W. True. It is trying to normalize this publicly. Respondent has historically allowed at least 4 other men sleep in the same bed with W. Facts. 26. In addition, that makes me so mad. In addition to the aforementioned comment Santos has been making about our son for money, I am also concerned that the scope of online exposure W is being subjected to in Respondent's care can violate W's right to privacy. 27. Respondent and Santos live stream about W 24/7 for profit. I find it extremely problematic that Respondent is helping her boyfriend, who is not even allowed to be present with W, capitalize off our son's image to make money off of our child. 28. At the start of Respondent's September 25 visit on 9/24/25, I asked Respondent to not post W on Santos's account because I am uncomfortable with the idea of Santos, or anyone frankly, exploiting our child for money. On September 26, Respondent shared on her personal Snapchat that she was going to respect my feelings and not post W on her joint account with Santos. I sincerely appreciated her willingness to put W first and also respect my efforts as a custodial parent to protect W's privacy. Attached Exhibit I. On September 28th, Respondent resumed posting W on Santos's account. She went online accusing me of trying to control her visits. There is a huge difference in numbers between Santos's account and Respondent's account, which is why she continually posts W on Santos's account. This is not about documenting memories with our son. It is about using our son to generate income. That is facts. It wouldn't matter how many followers she has or he has if it was truly just to take pictures and videos and memories of the child. That's crazy. Number 29. When Respondent's October 25 visit commenced, she and Santos immediately began posting W on their joint account because this account is monetized and Respondent's personal account is not. I know this because Respondent has mentioned on live stream that her personal account is not monetized yet. Oh my God. So she was using the joint account with Santos. Number 30. I have no issue with Respondent taking videos or photographs of W for personal memories or sharing them on private social media accounts. My concern is that our child is being exploited publicly by Respondent and her boyfriend, Santos, both of whom are generating income from publicly posting pictures of videos of our son. W is a toddler and too young to consent to his image being broadcast all over the internet. I'm asking the court to intervene and protect him. 31. As the parent with legal custody, I understand that it is my responsibility to protect W's health, safety, and welfare, which includes his right to privacy. I am thus seeking an order prohibiting respondent from posting W on her public social media account, and an order requiring respondent to remove all content from W from her boyfriend's account. Number 32. The constant live streaming and posting W not only violates W's right to privacy, but it also puts his physical safety at risk because strangers are on the internet know where he is located at all times. For example, respondent recently doxed herself by disclosing so much detail about her Airbnb where she's currently exercising her October 2025 visit that the general public was able to discover the exact address where she was with W. This puts W's safety at risk. Respondent also routinely discloses via her public social media platform where she will be going with W for lunch and activities. Did you guys hear that? That she doxed herself. Had nothing to do with John, Mama 2K, or me. She did it herself. Respondent has acknowledged the safety threat in some capacity by threatening to leave to a new Airbnb and not tell anyone, including me, the location. The court issued kidnap prevention orders against respondent on August 27, 2025. So I'm extremely concerned about respondent's threat to leave the location where she told me she would be staying at and go somewhere else with W without telling me. Amendment to DV 130, 140, 145, number 34. I'm asking the court to issue an amended DV 130 and attachments to this so that it accurately reflects the court's orders and the permanent restraining order. Respondent has told me she's planning to exercise her November 2025 visit in Corpus Christi, Texas, despite the court limiting respondent's visit to Dallas and surrounding counties. The order limiting respondent's visits to Dallas and surrounding counties is reflected in the transcript. I received the rough version, but I am still awaiting the receipt of the official version of the transcript, or I would attach it. So we'll eventually, since they're ordering it and putting it out, you guys, no one has to pay for it and put it out. It's all going to come out. Importantly, Corpus Christi is not among the counties surrounding Dallas County. Traveling to Corpus Christi requires a 1-hour flight or a nearly 7-hour car ride. Holy crap. There are child abduction preventions in order. The court issued a DV 145 on August 27, 2025. I remain concerned respondent will continue to violate orders by taking W out of Dallas or surrounding counties in November by claiming she was following the conflicting court order. If there is an emergency during respondent's visit and W is not located within Dallas or surrounding counties, I will not be able to help him quickly. Moreover, Corpus Christi is extremely close to Mexico. Respondent has recently made comments on social media about moving to Mexico. She has. The proximity to Mexico combined with the current lack of formal order reflecting court's limitation of respondent's visit to Dallas and or surrounding counties poses a significant child abduction risk. Respondent could travel to Corpus Christi and I would be without recourse because as currently filed in the DV 130 simply states respondent is limited to the state of California or the state of Texas. That is not what the court order on August 27th states. As the DV 130 currently structured, respondent then easily travel anywhere within the state of Texas to another location, fly with W to California, again without telling me, blah, blah, blah. In conclusion, this is long. As evidenced by respondent Santos and their friends' live stream. Respondent is clearly drinking again and getting into regular physical altercations with Santos. He is present in the vicinity of the Airbnb where respondent is currently staying with W in Dallas. He is also posting photos of our son from within the Airbnb, and I heard him in the background of respondent's live stream. Respondent has a history of lying to me and the court while floating court orders. I am seeking an order amending the DV 130 so that it contains the court orders on August 27, 2025, limiting respondents' visit to Dallas, Texas, and the surrounding counties, and include the provision prohibiting respondent's boyfriend Santos from being present at the visits. 41, I am also seeking court orders reverting back to the prior professionally monitored visitation orders, such that the respondent's visits with W will be supervised back by keeping the peace. The supervised visits eliminate the concern about Santos exploiting W for financial gain and substance use by respondent. I am seeking orders prohibiting respondent from posting W on public social media platforms for herself, Santos, or either them jointly. I'm seeking sanctions against respondent for violating the order prohibiting Santos from being present during the visits. 42. Since I provided notice of my ex parte request through counsel, respondent counsel has threatened me with sanctions, claim that I am just trying to stay relevant and that I am also just trying to interfere with respondent's visitation time. That is absolutely not true. My only priority and concern is protecting W's health, safety, and welfare. Number 43, I understand the court cannot restrict respondent or Santos and I's First Amendment right to freedom of speech. However, as the court previously noted when it made orders prohibiting respondent or me from posting about W's medical care and protect W's right to privacy, the court absolutely has authority to issue orders to protect W's privacy consistent with W's best interest. Here, respondent is allowing W to be exploited for the monetary benefit of respondent's boyfriend, as evidenced by the fact that throughout respondent's October 2025 visit, W is being posted on Santos' account. 44. Respondent and I are adults and can choose to create content and share our lives publicly. W cannot. As the custodial parent, it is my obligation to protect his privacy interests. I am simply asking for reasonable orders consistent with W's best interest, since respondent cares more about monetizing off of our child and protecting his privacy. He did not choose to be a public figure, and it scares me that so many strangers across the world know and recognize him. This is becoming especially important as he gets older. I do not want him to be ostracized when he starts school or plays sports, goes to the park, because his friends and their parents recognize him from social media. He deserves the ability to have a normal life. And then he signs it. So that was his request. His request was denied with a twist. It was denied as an emergency order, but it was denied as you can request it under a non-emergency order, basically. Is what that says. Hold on, I gotta put my sweatshirt on. It's getting cold. Hey Pinky, you can turn the comments back on if you want to, Principal. And we'll talk about that for a second and then see what you guys want to do. Hold on.
Well, I know it just started downpouring and thundering. We got a bad storm happening right now.
Oh, do you? Man, they've been everywhere. I know. I was just going to ask. So the transcript, and I know we have all been waiting for the transcript. Everyone has wanted the transcript. But the transcript is 113 pages.
Yeah, we might want to start that tomorrow.
That's what I was gonna say. If we
Yeah, I
want,
agree.
yeah, if what we'll do is we'll talk about everything that happened here today, and then
Okay.
tomorrow we'll read the transcript. Is that good?
That's perfect.
That works for me.
You're the boss. You know, the
Oh yeah, you're the leader. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang, bitches. That's what we do. Yeah, I just think that would be better. That way we can, because my voice is already shot and I'm already tired trying to get through 113
yeah,
pages.
that was a lot. If I would have had that, I would have helped you split it.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking it was going to be like, I was getting it as I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I never read it ahead of time. And so, I just saw you just want a sip popped in. Thought I'd give her a little sip. There you go. Just messing with you. So basically, to sum it all up, I think he had great request and there is great desire and need. You guys in these fucking private videos, like, take your shit elsewhere. No, nobody wants to. Never mind. Let me keep it cute. He has great he has great points, and I think he will get those come January. Larry Mercer said he would have filed something, just not telling him the new location. His name is yeah. So I think, well, I agree in a sense that the courts failed the baby in a sense, but again, I think it's just because it was done on an emergency order. But it doesn't seem like they really talked a lot about where the baby is, unless they were forced to give the new address. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Holy shit, 400,000 likes. You guys stretch out your fingers. You guys are amazing. I was just reading. I didn't even look up. I so appreciate you guys. I'm hoping that they did tell him that they forced her to tell him where the baby is, because I think that was the biggest thing. They truly are exploiting him. But I think I've said too from the beginning that I truly feel like just make your list, and in January, just give the judge it all. He has a great list going of all of the things. I am so concerned about what happened in the middle of the night.
That's what Tanya just said. I wonder what the emergency was last night. Well, if you have her Snapchat, maybe you should go look at the last thing that she posted, because if that was the emergency, maybe it was the emergency. Her photographer only had that one little open slot to do her photo shoot.
Wait, was it
I'm
last
giggling,
night?
guys. I'm just giggling. Don't take it so seriously. I'm just saying, though.
It wasn't last night though, right?
I don't know what it was.
Hold
when
on.
it actually was. Maybe it was.
I think for some reason I feel like it was in September. It was September's order. Yeah, it was. It was in September.
Her Snapchat though.
No, I didn't look at. Thank you. I didn't look at her Snapchat, but I know that that emergency was sometime in September. I'll have to look at the date, but that's crazy. So I'm hoping that they were required to give John the new location as to where the baby is. And I hope that they.
You want to watch it?
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. How do I make you big?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Expand. Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Look at me figuring shit out, y'all.
Let me get it squared up here.
Dude selfies till I die.
Yeah. So
Selfies till I die.
maybe that was the reason for it. She had to make that photo shoot because that was what she posted just a little bit ago on Snap.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been for that emergency.
Well, if that
that
photographer was only available then, maybe it
No,
wasn't
the
an
emergency was in September.
Oh, okay.
That's what we kept trying to say is it happened in September. That's why I said when I came on, I said, you guys are, not you guys, but people are trying to say that he leaked the address. If that was the case, he wouldn't have, how would he have kept for a month?
Yeah.
That she reached out to Jen and John. Now, it had to have been some type of emergency because we all know she doesn't like Jen. I don't know how anyone could not like Jen. She's my BFF in my head. But she even reached out to Jen to say, hey, it's an emergency. I need you to come get W right now. Well, where did she end up leaving the emergency? No one knows what it is, Caitlin. She never said what the emergency was. They reached out in the morning and said, what's going on? We'll come get him. She's like, never mind. It's resolved, and would not say anything. But she also had Ruby last time, remember? Ruby was with her. So how did she need a babysitter for an emergency?
Well, what's weird, remember she said that she didn't have Mama 2K's contact information?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, who does it say the date? Yeah, it does say the date. I'd have to go back through and look at it. I will.
On the order? On the transcript? Is that what they want to know? The date on the transcript?
No, the date that it said that I just read of what the date was that she needed them to come get him. I'd have to go back through and read it. And I will when I do my breakdown video, I will read what that date is. Let me see, maybe I can find it here real fast.
Let me see.
If I had the order, I would show you, but I just have the transcript.
Hold on, I might be able to find it here real fast.
Maybe. There's some, Amanda said, I bet it was when he was at Valet's. That would make her spiral to do such a thing.
Oh, because that was in Texas too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good theory, Amanda.
Yeah. Kristen, trust me, I'm sure that has beat him up. That has probably eaten him alive. Sleeping through that, him and Mama 2K. I'm sure it has. I know it would me. I'm sure they have their phone on loud as can be.
They say Valet was in August, so it wouldn't have been then. You guys are on it.
I love our team. Let me see.
I just got so overwhelmed with all of it because it was everywhere and you couldn't escape it no matter what side of TikTok you tried to hide on. It was everywhere. So I just kind of would scroll past all that stuff for the longest time.
Yeah. It is a lot for sure. I'm going to see. I'm in that order now, so I want to see if I can find that date. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the thing that's killing me. So hopefully he knows, even though that they didn't request for child to be, or they denied child to be returned immediately and not to go to supervised visits, that doesn't mean that that's not going to happen in January.
Yeah.
I just can't see a judge. Okay, let me see here. September. Give me one second.
They're saying that was that happened in August, and I think it was September that the emergency happened, so that wouldn't have been it.
I want to find it.
Sweetie. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Sweetie said maybe when Shelby was stalking them.
Oh, God. How funny. That is craziness.
That's something new. That was cute.
What?
I think you just got like a carriage that was in the shape of a pumpkin.
Oh, I love the pumpkin carriage. Did I miss it? Dang, I'm going to have to watch it back. I love that pumpkin carriage thing.
So
all
pretty.
the Halloween stuff. They're so cute. Thank you so much. Was it September 15th? Hold on, because I just saw something with the date September 15th. Hold on.
Who knows, Brittany? She probably doesn't know either. She's just winging it at this point, doing the best that she can.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here. Oh, it doesn't say. It's okay. It says, I'm going to read this whole little section again. Respondent exercised her first visitation week in Dallas, September 25. She is currently exercising her October visit. Safety concern concerns about W's welfare while in respondent's care happened during the September 25 visit, but I did not address. I want to give her whatever. For example, during the September 25 visit, respondent frantically contacted me and my mother repetitively in the middle of the night between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. stating that there was an emergency that I needed to come get W immediately. Unfortunately, due to the fact that respondent was contacting us in the middle of the night, both my mother and I were asleep. So it doesn't say the date. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not
Look at the exhibit.
I was just gonna say, wait a minute. I didn't go all the way down to the exhibits. Hold on. I forgot the exhibits.
Because he has the phone call on there.
Yeah, here it is, right here. Where's the date? Fuck. It doesn't say the date though. It says
2K attached pictures. It was 1 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Yeah, it just says today. Okay, but here, let me read it to you guys. So Exhibit A, it says today, missed call 3:28, 3:26, 3:25, 3:24 a.m. 3:24. Is this Jen? It's Bree. It's an emergency. I can't get a hold of John. Jen responds back at 6:54. It's Jen. Call me when you can. I'm just seeing this. Let me know what can I help with? And then are you both okay? Do you hear that? Are you both okay?
How dare she be so kind?
Are you
Right?
both okay? And talk so much crap about. This is from Bree. Ease his pain. It's the first part is cut off. It says ease his pain. If he's not sick, please still let me know. Let me know anyways so I can have it on hand. Update me his day to night schedule as far as eating, naps, bedtime, anything so I can keep him on the same schedule you have him on. If you haven't, if you'd said something in the past 3 days on OFW I haven't been able to see, please resend it. Thank you. This is 12:49 night. John, it's an emergency. I have to go home for the earliest flight possible. Can you please come pick up W? I'll come back tomorrow. Come as soon as possible to get W. I figured out the emergency. Thankfully, I don't have to leave. I'll be keeping W. What?
So she's going to fly all the way back to LA and then come back and fly back to Dallas?
Yeah, that's what she says. That's crazy.
Seems to think it was the night that's rumored that MJ had a seizure and there was like EMTs and police at the house. That's what the chat's saying. They think that's what the emergency could have been.
Yeah.
And Jenna said, Angie, look up the clip of lawyer. The DV-130 was never previously signed and the judge denies again.
Yeah, that's what we just went over. I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up for a lawyer. Let me look. Dude, I love that he does these. He doesn't have any, lawyer doesn't have any videos up about it. He does not have anything up. I'm not bringing anyone else up right now at this time, guys. Can they request a new judge? They probably could, but they have a really good judge. I don't think that would be in his best interest to request a new judge.
Remember their apartment was broken into? I don't remember that.
No. That was the last visit in September when MJ fell out. I don't remember MJ falling out. How much time between the emergency and I figured.
Kicking It with Katie has the clip of lawyer. Dude, she's such a good clipper.
She's on it.
She is.
Santos broke the door down. No, the apartment was Santos broke into his own apartment. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I just think it's crazy, and I legitimately can't fathom all the shit that Jen and John have to go through. You know what I'm saying? To all the shit that they get and everything that they have to go through is mind-boggling to me. And I just pray that they were told where the baby is. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can hate on a parent that's parenting.
Right.
I've never even seen John get frustrated or tired or raise his voice or overwhelmed with that baby. He has the utmost patience. So how can he get so much hate?
Because people are like the people that follow Brie, that like Brie, parent like her, do the same type of work as her, apparently think there's nothing wrong with having your child run around in a diaper behind your screen all day while you're wearing your filming robe. I think that's bullshit and so unacceptable. Her visits are almost over. She has 2 more days of visits. She just bought the kid clothes. The kid's been running around in a diaper this entire visit. She just buys him clothes while she's in her filming room. I will never, ever understand. I will never understand.
What happened to her, like, Halloween costume and all that stuff that she was going to do?
Right.
Very, very
She'll never do it. That's what she said. She literally said that she felt that John was doing this because she didn't want John to outdo her for Halloween. What?
Brandy's here. She must.
It's not a competition.
Well, and not only that, why would he spend that amount of money going through the court stuff and all this stuff to out? And she doesn't even have him for Halloween. How would she outdo him for Halloween when she doesn't have him for Halloween? I'm so, like, her thought. The pacifier thing. Who brought that back? Yes, Rochelle. To literally say, and don't come for me. I checked. It's for 18 to 24 months. And he'll be fine. He's just super fussy, so that's why I got it for him. What? I don't know.
Spend time with him.
Yeah. Get off your phone. Love on him. Talk to him. You have to get down on kids' level. I am old and out of shape, and I spend more time rolling around on my floor. Listen, my granddaughter thought she was breakdancing the other day. My old fat ass sure did get down on the floor and act like I was spinning on my back, hit the pose. Oh, you know I had to teach her. Oh, I felt that shit the next day because it couldn't happen just once. I had to teach her multiple times. Oh, I felt it the next day. But you better believe my fat ass was rolling around on that floor, acting like I was breakdancing, hitting the pose, okay? So you got to get down on their level, Brie. Come on.
I'm about to hit 50 and I don't have any grandbabies yet, and I hope I still can get down and roll around by the time I get them.
Listen, I can get down and roll around. It's the getting back up. Now that's another issue. And I taught her how she, like, puts her hand out to help, so we down there. So she'll like this, and then she's like, ah! Then she's like, shoo.
She is so stinking cute.
Her personality is hilarious.
Oh, she is so funny. Oh, she loves to be filmed, right? So she has everything under the sun. We'll get back on track. I just have to tell you guys this. So I noticed my daughter bought this slide that goes on our couch that all the grandkids slide down off of the couch. It's great. We don't have to worry about her falling off the couch. Nothing. I noticed they have it on TikTok. I'm like, well, shit, let me make a video because everyone needs this. It's Christmas time. Let me make a video and post it so you guys can get it, right? Whoever wants it. She's been going down this slide forever. Do you think the minute I break out the camera, which she always wants to be recorded, do you think for a second she would go down that damn slide so I can make a video to sell this thing? Oh, hell no. She just sits down, decides she wants to read a book. I'm like, that's it. I'm done with you today. I am done with you today.
But did you get a picture of her when she did her makeup today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, this girl. My favorite. And then my daughter comes home. She's like, why is there glitter all over her? I'm like, don't you start with me. Don't you? But I do have to say, well, first of all, she looks so sad. But she at least did it on her eye. She at least got it on her. Look at the little blue
face.
Oh.
She's like, sorry, Grandma. She calls me Buema. Sorry, Buema. But at least she got it at least on her eye.
Yeah. That's a face you don't say no to. Like,
Right?
ever.
That's what I was gonna say.
About
How do you say
anything.
no?
But can you look at the shirt and the hands? I won't even show you my white, well, my blue wool.
It was a full beat kind of day.
Right, full beat. Full beat. She was beaten. Okay. Crazy. I don't know. You know, I think about her a lot when I'm doing this stuff with baby W. And again, they're a month apart, and I can't fathom. I have the utmost respect for Jen and 2K. I don't know that I have the restraint that they have, and I just truly, truly adore them. And you'll never get me to say, I'll never be a flip-flopper. You'll never get me to say anything negative about either one of them. So that, listen, my haters can take that and run with it and say all the shit they want to say about me. That has nothing to do with my thoughts or opinions on this. I always stay very non-biased when it comes to the court docs. I read the court docs as it is, and I give you my thoughts and opinions on it. And that's it. So...
Right, Kristen? Amazing.
Yeah.
And he's always going to. Like, there is nothing. I don't want to say nothing because I know he'd have his limits, but it's going to take a lot, no matter what a court says, that he wants her to be in Winter's life, and that's just what it's going to be. It would take her doing something really, really terrible and putting him in an extremely unsafe situation for John to say, you won't see him again until he's grown. Because that's not what he wants at the end of the day.
No.
He doesn't want that.
Oh, Sid, what happened now? What did she says, off topic, but my number one fan or my stalker. Wait, where'd it go? Sid, where are you there? Off topic, but your number one fan has cracked me up. You're running the show around here. Apparently some people think I just have way more.
Somebody's got to run it around, and it's her show, so why wouldn't she run it? I mean, hello?
Oh, wait, my kids are... Stop it, Tracy, I swear to God. Did she say my kids are getting taken away? Oh, please tell... Please. I beg of you, please tell me she said that. Please tell me that was said.
Taken away? There ain't no way.
Adult CPS.
Right. At this point,
They actually have that, but it's not for... Okay, no.
It's for elderly, isn't it? Like if there's like
Yeah.
abuse.
Yep.
What if Santos keeps posting? I mean, it's just... At this point, he'll be like, if it was me, if I was to give John advice, I would say, sit back. And I think I said this the other day, right? Sit back, watch, take notes. It's going to be so hard to do. Take notes. And come January, put it all out there. Wait, who? Unbothered?
Yeah.
Angie, I cannot believe who's on it. I want to say I would be shocked.
Angie, I think something's going on because I can't keep up with this. We're starting to fall a little behind.
Literally. Well, he did in a I know, but who's on the stalker side is what I'm saying. Bothered. He did in a sense he kept it up, but then he filed it as an emergency order. And if the child is not in an emergent danger, you can't file it as an emergent order. That's why the judge says I have to deny based on that there's no current emergent need for the child. The child's not in any emergent care. You can file it as an RO, but you can't file it as an ex parte emergency. So he can still file it. Again, I just know there's going to be more. Stack it up, and in January, when you guys go for thing, just how would it not be W is MI with? Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the piece that I don't know. I would hope that they did have her tell him where the child is.
Yeah, I would think because that's what the court order said before that they had to do, so I'm sure he probably has that information.
And I don't even know if the judge that they saw is their normal judge. Boxer mom, that's fucking hilarious. He's like, green dog's like a fish with a paper asshole. Cannot with you. What do we think was in Santos's bag when he was? Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that. You guys, I'm really not.
I don't think it was anything.
What? You can't.
He-
Oh,
He
I just
brought
followed
the
you.
one out of retirement.
Yeah. Now you can't unbothered. I just followed you. I thought I was following you. Is your account private? Oh my god, it's almost 9:00.
It almost seemed like there was like clothes or something in his bag. That's probably like the bag he traveled with.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I have no idea even what you guys are even talking about.
Come on, you guys. I don't want to
Exa-
see your private videos. I
Yeah,
don't want to watch them.
Rose, I agree fully. She says excessive filing doesn't go in anyone's favor either. He needs to hang tight and document. Yeah, I agree. Now, I do think that today's order was necessary because he had no clue who or where he was. So I do think that was necessary. But yeah, I definitely think just stocking it all up and just putting it all out there in January will be enough to be, hopefully. I was talking, Angie, did you see Michael Proctor in the Reed case? His lawyer dropped case 13 years. A text. Wait. What? Hold on. Did you see Michael Proctor in the Reed case? I know who Proctor is. His lawyer dropped case 13 years. A text. I don't know what you're trying to say, love. I'm sorry. Wait, are you trying to say that his lawyer dropped 13 years of text messages? Barb, can you say that one more time?
She has a second part.
Oh,
Read the first part, I'll read the second part.
Wait, where'd it go? Hold on, let me just pull up all her messages because I'm so confused. Message on, okay, so it says 13 years of text messages on iCloud. Don't want out there. Are there some criminal in evidence?
I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know about that case. I don't understand.
No, I know I know about the case. That case had me hook, line, and sinker. Don't want out there. Are there some criminal in evidence? Can you send it to me in a DM? Because I know you have to. I just followed you back. I know you have to like shorten things up so it's on here, but it's not. What you're saying is not making any sense. Yeah, Nikki, I know. Nikki and I all the time. Every night we were talking about it. He's a racist and a big thing. In case I forgot the Myers name. He's horrible. Yeah, Karen Reed trial was amazing. Crazy. All right, is there anything else? They'll always tell themselves. Anything else? Wait, Angie, how can Bree travel out of the country? Because she never turned in her passport. I don't know why that wasn't brought up. Yeah, she never turned in her passport. I think, though, because she's traveled without W, I think that's why it hasn't been brought up. She would not be able to travel with W because there is I don't know if it's a block, but there's like a warning or a red flag on it to where if she has a child with her, she'll have to be stopped. I'm betting she will have supervised by next visit. Proctor withdrew his appeal to get his job. Oh, I bet he did. That would be the dumbest thing he could do. Have all that stuff come out. What an idiot. Yeah. Crazy. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to... Perfect. Sid, you never answered my question. Wait, what was your question? Oh, what was my question? Wait, what did you say? Hold on. Now I gotta look. After so long, I'm like, wait, what's happening? Let me see. She said... Oh no, maybe it was someone else that said that. Oh, I was going to be shocked on who. Oh, that was Unbothered, and she was going to message me. Listen, sometimes I like to think I'm going to still be shocked, but I don't know.
Good night, Nicole.
Good night, Nicole. I so appreciate y'all hanging with me all night. Hanging with us, chilling, maxing, relaxing. So what happens if she takes him to Corpus? It'll be interesting. I don't know. So when she takes him to Corpus Christi next month, it'll be a huge deal. Yeah, again, all of it is going to be, for him. Now, do I think that would be a good idea? No. And it's going to be hard as crap. If she was smart, she wouldn't go. But again, it's just going to be another one of those things to write up come January, put it in there as to what all is happening. I don't even like the fact that she's still doing FO content while she has W. I didn't like the fact that she got to the Airbnb a couple days for them to shoot a bunch of content right before they have the baby there. To me, all that's just disgusting, but that's just probably my old prude-ass thoughts and opinions. Just really confused, and her not getting in trouble for holding her location. Just mind-blowing. I would agree. Someone I chat just said she got in trouble from her lawyer. That would be interesting. Her lawyer doesn't seem like she doesn't do much anything. They won't do anything until it actually happens. Yeah. Right, Meg. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just gross. I don't understand the whole diaper thing. He's only in a diaper on screen all the time. That's disgusting. Like, why? What's the purpose? Put some clothes on the baby. And then she just bought him clothes today, and then she's always in that stupid row. She's always doing it for views and money now. She's rage baiting people. Yeah, absolutely. I tell people all the time, listen, if you want to grow, if you want to do social media, the best thing you can do is be authentically you. Find whatever it is that you like to do, what you like to talk about, but just be authentically you. The rage baiting and all that stuff, that may blow you up and it may get you so far, but that's not going to sustain you, right? You have to have something that's going to sustain you. She's going to fall off. Did any of John's motions go forward? No.
I still feel like there's something that we don't, like, we're missing with this. Like, I feel like something, did come out of today.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
it's their life, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like it has to be that they know where the baby is. I can't see them leaving and being like, so, do you know where the baby is? Or do they still don't know? Hold on.
The impersonation?
Yeah. That was that video that she did.
Oh, yeah.
Her and Santos.
Mm-hmm. I personally didn't think it was impersonation. Lawyer did say that it could be considered that. Potentially, he said, but it was her face, so maybe not. I still think the whole thing of, I just got a brand new phone and nobody knows who it is, and I just happened to go on there and I just happened to stalk John because I just happened to want to see what my child was doing. So I went through his whole page. Now that is in violation for sure. Like, I don't know why nothing was done about that either. She seems to get chance after chance, and that's fine. Let her get away with the little chances because it's going to hit her. I think January is going to be when that's going to hit her.
Probably. I'm going to jump out, guys. I'm finally going to be able to sleep tonight.
Yay! We'll get some sleep, love. I'm going to be not too far behind you. I still got to cook and eat. I'm hungry.
Well, while you're cooking and eating, when you end this, can you call me, please?
I will. For sure. Have a good night, love.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Yeah, her time is coming. And again, like I said, I just hope that he just keeps notes. He has everything going, and then when they go back to court in January is when he puts it all out there. Obviously, if there's something major popping off, file before them. But ooh, buffalo egg rolls, yum.
I'm gonna jump off too, Angie, but thank you for having me up. I'll read
Of
with you
course,
tomorrow.
love. Thank you. Sorry we didn't get to it. I thought it was gonna be quick, but it wasn't. So we'll read it tomorrow. I appreciate you coming up, love. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
I don't know how to
Oh.
exit though.
I got you. Hold on. Oh, shake my head. Shake my head. Watch myself. Shake my dreads. Show me what I wear. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I'm dizzy. Thank you, my 4 sons. Man, that was a lot. What do you guys think? What's your guys' thought process? Rose, I agree. Yeah, and the judge specifically, that is so beautiful. Thank you, WV Mama. And the judge specifically said that you need to file an RO. Right. So denied on the emergency basis, but not denied altogether. Denied, like, I can't do this on the emergency. Go file the RO. BS. Yeah. I feel bad for me too. I can't get past the emergency. And do you want to know one of the reasons why I can't get past the emergency? Is because what could have been more important than her son? And let's not forget, she put it out there, right? Not us. She put it out there, and I still will not say what happened. I know everybody already knows. But W had to have some medical stuff happen. And that wasn't important enough for her to take a flight. Thank you, Missy. That wasn't important enough for her to take a flight. Winters had health issues and whatnot going on. Nothing has been important enough for her to take a flight. But what was important enough for her between midnight and 4 a.m. to reach out to them repetitively? And trust me when I tell you, just being a mom and a grandma, that probably eats him alive, not being able to answer that, sleeping and not answering that phone and not knowing what's going on. And then she refuses to tell them. Oh my God. That would get me. I do believe she has given them back. She has given them back early, Nikki. She got her dates wrong. So she's leaving. She's going back on the 23rd. I don't know. I feel bad that Brie can't be a good mom. Shelbs, I'm with you. I believe she can be, like you said, but she has to want it. And right now, I truly feel that we want it more than she wants it. I get called out all the time thinking that, I just want horrible for Brie and I don't want her to have anything to do with the baby. So far from the truth. I've said from the very beginning, I want nothing but the best for her. I want her to be the best mother that she can be, because baby W deserves it. And I feel like she's going to regret it. I feel like eventually she's going to come around, even though she says she does not regret anything she's ever done, that she's going to regret this time. Wait a minute. You feel bad that 2K fell for their skit or drama? What do you mean? I don't think 2K fell for any skit or drama. Yeah, that absolutely killed me. Again, keep the defamation going. Keep it going. I took a trip today, my dang self. That's why I was running a little bit late. I had to take a trip. It was hot. That's why when I came on, I was in a t-shirt. I had just got back from my trip to this place that is extremely, extremely hot, and then I cooled off, so I had to put my sweatshirt on. But anyways, I went to that trip today and I got exactly what I needed. So just keep the information coming. Remember, if you say something on the internet that you can't prove, that's false because you're straight up lying, just remember that. Can't walk there. Can't walk there. Ow, going for your birthday next week? Okay. I am so glad I went to. I never thought I would want to go there. Definitely not on my bucket list. That is for sure. I sure did. Yeah, never thought I would go there. But I did. I went there. Found exactly what I was looking for. It was so crazy. Dun, dun, dun. Autumn, I grasp where you're coming from because I think we're all frustrated with that. But again, me working in a legal side, it has to be done, in a correct way. And for some reason, that judge didn't feel that was an emergency. Again, the judge isn't denying it flat out. The judge said, I'm denying it based on it's not an emergent need, and put in the order, file an RO. Go through it the proper channel, not as an emergency basis, because as an emergency basis, they have to prove that the child is in imminent danger right now. Like if we don't remove this child right now, the child is in imminent danger. And they can't prove that in this situation. But the judge isn't saying that he doesn't have a case, that he's not wrong. Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's annoying. It's all get out. She mocks and she feels like she does so much stuff and always seems to get away with it. So that's fucking annoying. So I get it. But he could be, right? We have to be able to, they have to be able to prove it. I just hope that they know. My thing is that they know where he is. I'm assuming they forced her to tell him where the child is. That is part of the order. If she refused to tell him, then maybe it would have been different. That absolutely, love. Who said that? Peace and love. Absolutely. The system does fail kids all the time. That is why I've never worked for the system. I was not going to be a part of my name being on something weird. Did I see the pics? What pics, love? It's annoying my head. Not you, my light. I wonder if said hotel had videos of who. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't see any. I didn't see him. I literally was not on at all today. Read Meg Graham's comment. Find it. And then I'm going to mosey off so I can eat because I'm starving. I wonder, I would be putting an air tag in W shoes or something. I don't think you can do that. Would not be a good idea. I know we want to do that, right? We really want to be able to do that. Just like when people ask me if he should hire a PI, that's not a good idea. Yeah, that will look very bad on his side. Yeah. Which sucks. Of course, that's what I'm here for, guys. All right, so I'm going to go cook, eat, warm back up from my trip today. And then I'll be on live tomorrow. I'll post what time. I'll try to do a little bit, but it's 100 and I love you, sister. It's like 122 pages, you guys. It's a lot. I won't forget to call principal. It's going to be the same. This is what you guys have all been waiting for, is this transcript, okay? So we're going to do it the same way. I'll be the judge. I'll have I'll have two different people be the attorneys, and one person will be each witness. So we'll put it up and we'll get to hear what actually happened in court. So I'm excited. And this is only partial. The whole transcript is not done. This is only partial. Shout out to Bree's attorney for keep submitting it so we don't have to pay for it, because said it's like $6 a page. Let me see. Let me just get out my little calculator here. So it's 122 pages at about $6 a page. $732 for just this part. So thank you, Miss F. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. So we'll be reading that tomorrow. That will be tomorrow's live. I love you all so much. Stay cool or stay warm. I was hot earlier. Now I'm cold. So I got to warm back up. Maybe I'll take another trip, get some. Anyways, another story. Love you guys. Have a good night. And hold on. I got to take a picture of that. 426,000 likes. You guys are crazy. Your fingers are amazing. It gives the final words. Yes. You need to top text me. All lost. The fuck did you just say, Nikki? What was that? She said, you need top text me. I'm lost. Or I'm ill lost. What? What was that? So confused. Yo, the first time I hit 1 million likes, I'm lousy. Calm down, Nikki. I got you. The first time I hit 1 million likes, oh my God, crazy. So, anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go cook. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Gang, bitches.